All right. Well, never mind, boys. Apparently, there's no audio, and that's weird. I got audio on my end. Could you guys hear it?
I didn't. I wasn't.
No? You
Yeah,
guys couldn't hear
I
it
wasn't.
either? All right. I don't know. Oh, but now people said now we're good. All right, whatever. We're fine.
Oh,
All right. Anyway. Whoopsies. Sorry, chat.
It looked cool. It looks super cool.
It looks cool.
I love Munchkin's little tail like white. That's the best.
All right. Oh, well. My bad, guys. I don't know why I had audio on my end. Sometimes it can be a little wonky. Welcome back for another Friday Night Live with the boys. We've got a fun one planned. We got some fun topics, some serious topics. We're gonna talk about Trump's insane aide or whatever she is. She's had some love letters get produced that are absolutely wild. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Iran war, our greatest ally trying to attack everybody, including Syria and Turkey. And then we're going to talk about the economy. Boys, anything? What do you got? What do you got for the chat?
Hey, everybody. I'm Ben Pappas. Introduced myself here, and retired Marine, served in the infantry, force recon, also served as a Marine Raider Battalion commander, currently an executive leadership and life coach, help people to make breakthroughs in their business and in life. And it's awesome to be here. I got my own YouTube channel going live a couple days a week, trying to grow and get bigger. So stop on by there sometime. Great to be here. Always awesome to be on with you guys.
Jake.
All right, I'm Jake. Welcome to the Magic, keynote speaker, leadership coach. We are mentoring the world's best, and we build champions for life. And I got a teacher with 45 years. We're going to be opening up a teacher's mentorship program within our Discord. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to triple my number of females because there's a lot of female teachers. I'm really excited about it. I got an old teacher that wanted to know how he could give back. I told him he's going to start a teacher room. We're going to start mentoring the next generation of world-class teachers in America.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool idea. Yeah, I like that. We are missing one tonight. Mr. Aaron Love could not make it, unfortunately. It's because we're going to make fun of Trump tonight, and Aaron crashed out and said he didn't want to be a part of this. He refused to come on the show. No, just kidding. Aaron told us to tell you that joke about himself. So he couldn't make it tonight, family stuff. We may have Heavy Duty Country may show up here in a little bit, guys, as a fourth. We don't know for sure yet. He's working on some stuff. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. Where's everybody tuning in from? We'll let everybody flow in here before we start here in about 2 minutes. Where we tuning in from, chat? Let me get some links up here for the boys to make sure you guys can go subscribe to both Jake and Ben.
Thank you. Appreciate that much.
We've got both Jesse on Fire and Baron Coleman finishing up their live streams. So a lot of competition at the moment, but hopefully everybody filters over here once they're all.
You got a good audience from everywhere, all over the place. U.S., international.
Oh, so, yeah. Iran with the Daniel defense. I don't believe you. I don't believe you with that profile.
Daniel defense.
The EOTech Daniel defense.
Hey, Nate, I'm breaking into India right now.
Really? We do have some Indian viewers.
I'm starting to get a bunch of Indian dudes like asking questions, chiming in. It's 7 a.m. when we go live. They're coming in. I said, let's go. Let's go, India.
That's awesome.
I can see that. All right, let's.
I once had an invitation to go and speak in India. It was like for this. It was like for this massive event with they were saying like 500,000 people, and I think they just keep wheeling speakers out there, like 500,000 to 1 million people. I'm like, I didn't go, but they're like, you don't get to speak. It was like, I don't know, man. It was just.
I mean, if they're willing to pay you enough to go out there.
Yeah. I think it was one that I didn't really get into all the negotiations. I was like, nah, I don't know. It's kind of a. Not the best.
I had a crazy opportunity happen earlier this week. My wife said no, so I called Travis Lively. Travis said, I don't know. But then I called somebody else, and they were like, look, man, you're going to be public enemy number one, but your family is going to get murdered in the whole event.
Oh, God.
I was like, okay, I'm good. Never mind.
Yeah, no,
never mind. We're good. We're good with that opportunity. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Next.
Doesn't sound so good.
All right. Well, never mind. I'll pass on that one.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's jump into the regular scheduled show. What we're going to talk about. All right, we weren't sure what order to do this in, but let's start with the funny, fun comedy one first. Although I don't know, there's probably some seriousness to this too. But yes, and that is Natalie Harp. Okay, we covered Natalie Harp. She's do you guys know what her actual position is besides like she writes True Social posts?
They call her the human printer. So like, and like I didn't know much about it, but when we talked about this, I looked up some stuff. They call her the human printer, and she's 35.
Here she is. We're gonna be sharing memes as we go. Here,
okay,
guys.
she got like she was on Fox News in 2019, but I don't know what her real job is. I think she's a special assistant to the president. But the problem is she doesn't report to anyone else but him.
Right,
so.
right.
Guys, let's stop the nonsense. She is the fluffer for the most powerful man in the world. Okay? Let's not pretend like this is the real facts. Like, she has a job. It's very important to keep stress levels down in the White House. How old is his wife, Nate? How old is his wife?
I think Melania's in her 50s.
She's done.
Probably.
She's done. She can't keep up with the Trojan horse, man. She can't keep up. Okay?
Speaking of which, the memes, guys, the memes are, as to Jake's point.
Yeah,
the memes are out of control.
That's
on all of these. All right, so
Trump's squatting like 600 there at that picture.
Yeah,
he looks like he's
got a dumper on him.
Yeah.
But the reason why this story is sort of, she was kind of in the news as like people have been like calling, she's been around a long time. I'm pretty sure she's been doing this for him for years and years and years.
Okay.
So this isn't new. But she's making waves because her literal love letters to Donald Trump have come out, and I have them here for us to read. And I mean, this is pretty, it's bizarre, right? Like,
let's go.
This is, if you're working for the president and you're a young female intern, maybe love letters, handwritten love letters, or I don't know. We'll talk about it, but let's you want to pull these?
Nate, could she be a honeypot for the Democratic Party?
Well, see, I don't think so. Like, you go back to Monica Lewinsky, and what we've learned about Monica Lewinsky is, look at her last name, right? Like, who was Monica Lewinsky a honeypot for? We found out that Bill Clinton, when he refused to return Jonathan Pollard out of prison for stealing nuclear secrets from the United States, what happened? They said, okay, now we're going to show everything about you and Monica, right? So we know this happens. That was the story of Bill. I don't think that she is, again, who knows? I don't think she's like a honeypot. I think she's an actual intern that's psychotically in love with the president.
Right.
Hang on, Nate.
Based off of these, I mean,
listen. Don't. It's not that big a deal. Let's not turn this into some witch hunt. Okay.
I'm not.
She's 35. He's 80. Okay. When you're 80, 35, you're not saying no, Nate. I don't care. You're gonna be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, okay, right. I'm good. Okay.
Let's there's two big love letters, these two love letters that have been published today, I believe, and this is what's causing all of the hubbub. All right. So I'll read this because it's a little bit blurry, but it says, "Dear Mr. President, I'm sorry I thought," and again, she works directly for him. So the fact she's writing him letters like this is very, very bizarre. But anyway, "I'm sorry I thought I was the only one left behind last night, and I had no idea Margot's car was also pulled over and sent back to the airport. Since I was alone in the van outside customs with my passport, I panicked and should have just called Secret Service instead of you. I'm also sorry I was an embarrassment walking the course in Scotland the first day. I was told there was no carts, and people, we're going to show her chasing the carts down here in a second. And people walked by, which is why I walked. The second day, I was specifically asked, I forget by who his name was, but one of the main people who worked there, if I could continue walking and tell any other girls who would head out there to do the same and spar the course of more of the carts. If there's anything else I have done to cause you trouble, please forgive me. I know that some people have said I haven't been texting them back, and there's been some international cell issues. John was having technical issues on the plane, so I asked to help him out. This is where it gets weird. I want things to always be right between us. I always know I've been distracted As you know, I've been distracted all week, forgetting to eat throughout the days and even forgetting to sleep, and only catching a couple of hours at a time. I haven't been myself, dwelling on the past and the pain of losing my dad and starting to let remarks of people who haven't bothered me before get to me, not because I care what other people think, but because I see myself being lowered in your eyes. And anything uh, and anything but joy. I'm sorry I lost my focus. You are all that matters to me. I don't want to ever let you down. Thank you for being my guardian and my protector in this life. That's what I wanted to use this card for when you saw me at the cash register, and once again did what you didn't have to do and gifted me with mementos of this trip of a lifetime, a coming of age. I will return a better person. I have to sign off now as the cars are leaving. See you soon. With all my heart, Natalie. That's to her boss. Do you guys have you guys ever wrote
Nate.
a love letter to your boss?
Nate,
and you know,
spoken like a true professional groupie.
well,
That's
the next one's worse. This is the first.
Well,
it's okay.
I mean, I'd say, Jake, I think you hit on that. That's the feeling it has. This is a desperation to hold on to the most powerful man in the world. To be like, this, like, it sounds so desperate, and I think there's a real awareness that, you know, like, he values loyalty, and I want to make sure I'm safe and secure, and here I am. And, you know, obviously, maybe if he were 20 years younger, there'd be something else maybe to be talking about. But I think here it's just she might have an enemy in the White House. You don't know, someone that wants to get rid of her, because there's a whole issue with this person who's not in the chain of command, only reports directly to the principal, does the end around everybody. There are people who are targeting her. I know this. You know how organizations work.
Right.
You guys know it. They want her gone. Like, what the hell is she doing in there? She's a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So this sounds like you don't know. We don't know if she's, you know, someone's like, we're going to get you out of here.
Well,
because you're not good for him, and we're going to get you.
The
gone.
rumors months ago, Ben, were exactly that.
Okay.
That the administration was pissed because
got it.
She's like always attached to his hip. Everything has to go through her. And again, she's like this random aide.
Right. Can you imagine you're Marco Rubio? You walk in there. You're
exactly.
Like, get out of here. What are you doing in here? You know, or you're
right. And that's what
vice
everybody
president.
in the administration's been like, what the fuck is this girl
exactly
doing? Like, get her out of here.
That's the lens I'm seeing. Like, you know, at first, like looking at this, I'm like, I don't know what to make of this. And then I thought, okay, I see there's a no king, like a team aspect here for me. You know, it's kind of my lane where I'm in. And so that's what I think of anyway.
All right, I'm gonna come at it from a male chauvinistic standpoint, but
thank God someone's got to.
I'm gonna ask both of y'all. So I'm gonna leave this second question for Ben, because I know the answer. Nate, do you have any groupies hitting you up in your DMs, just trying to come take you to lunch, anything like
Not
that?
Not really. No.
Okay. So
do you guys? I make me feel bad about myself.
Let Ben go last, because I'm gonna answer. I don't have no groupies right now, but when I had the TV show,
I know
we had groupies coming out the woodwork, like a solid 10 of
when
them.
you're
like,
on TV, right?
When I was on TV, yeah. But now I don't have no groupies, right? I'm old. Ben, I know you have groupies.
No,
I know you have.
No.
You're telling me you have nobody in your DMs, Instagram. You're telling me Superman. See, Ben, you're trying to lie to us.
Well,
Instagram is really good about.
Hold
Instagram.
on. Hold on. Let me. Here's the thing. My wife runs all my Instagram, so like anything that's coming in, my wife sees. I don't see. So I don't.
They don't care, Nate. Groupies
Nate
don't
has good
care
mechanisms
about
set up.
They don't care. Groupies will tell the wife, "I just want to take your husband on a date." That's what the groupies are. Fanatical. They're like Natalie. They're fanatical. Okay.
I mean, but you're right. That's a good thing. That is a good way to put it. I mean, the illustration you're doing though, Jake, is like, I think it helps to paint a picture for what's going on in this case. Cause I mean, this is infatuation. She's infatuated with him, but I mean, I think it's problematic. It's problematic. The president's got somebody near him who, you know, granted, she probably is, you know, working her brains out as well. But I think,
that's fucked up, Ben. She
got
her brains blew out.
This is what you're saying, my friend. But so I mean, I think it's, you know, but you get your hands on these letters and things like that, and then it's not a good look, not a good optic at all. So I think whoever the chief of staff is, the White House, has got to get on top of this and, you know, right the ship here. This is, you know, problematic optic.
let's go over the other one. We won't read the whole thing because again, the whole first paragraph here is like the exact same thing where she was just doing, right? Like talking about her time on the golf course and how transformational being around him is. But I want to read the second paragraph on this one because this is where it gets bizarre, right? This is where like all the meme quotes are coming from, is this one. And she says, but after going through all the self-analysis, my conclusion, I need to reunite my past self with my current into a better version who will make you proud. And if need be, when I deserve it, because no one knows or cares about me more. Okay. Thank you for always being there for me. I will never forget. Oh, wait. No, I missed this. Sorry. This is the most important line. And please, when I fail, will you tell me you have the absolute right to cuss me out? Thank you for always being there for me. I'll never forget when you made that promise to me after losing my dad. And now I know how happy he is right now. And I did get to go to Scotland and Ireland, as he always wanted for me to modify a classic. I could not have parted with you to anyone less worthy. And I will add, it is I who was unworthy. Always, Natalie. P.S. My hands looked worse in Scotland and Ireland because the cold turns old scars purple. Still the road to the cup. That, I don't know. That's fucking weird. But just like, it's almost like a creepy dad, like a creep. I don't know if it's like a creepy sugar dad thing, but it's almost like a creepy dad thing that not like in a good way, but the thing she's saying, like, it's okay for you to cuss me out and like all these things. It's like, whoa, what is?
It's just, I mean, I think you get down to self-esteem as well too. I think, obviously she didn't think these are going to go public. But I mean, the one thing they teach you when you're in an official capacity like that everything you do, expect it to go public. Expect every conversation, expect your house to be wired up, I mean, and so there's at no time you're not in a public domain, so to speak, like you're using a government, a government information system, a government computer, like we talk, we'd always see, we log in. Yes, I acknowledge this is all going to be public.
Right.
It could be recorded in the White House, right?
Yeah.
So I think, there's some naivety there, even though she was in Fox News. She was actually a speaker for the RNC. When I did a little bit of research, she spoke for the RNC. So, I mean, she's been around. I just think this seems like a very desperate person who, I don't know. I would just question her suitability to be in the White House.
Look at this also. I mean, when you start to see the way she's transforming herself, it gets even creepier. Like this is her recently, right? Where that's Ivanka. Okay. That's Ivanka on the left. Yeah. That's Natalie Harp on the right. She didn't used to look like this.
She didn't?
You can see, no, but if you go back, she's like transforming herself to try to be identical to his daughter. I mean, it's like
she's like trying to take her spot almost.
Oh, I don't know, man. But again, like you can see side by side.
Yeah, and I see this. Natalie Harp, no security clearance. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just, you got to clean this stuff up. I mean, I think any team has this, any big organization. And what I've seen is that senior leaders in so many different capacities, like big, large organizations, they get these people that are like, I'll do anything. I want to be the gatekeeper, personal assistant. They work themselves into positions, like the senior executive assistant for a CEO of a major company. You better not piss this person off. You will never, ever get an appointment unless you have a personal relationship with that executive. And so, like anytime I've ever interacted with, some of the Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies, I always know if I'm talking to this senior executive assistant, like, mind my P's and Q's and be very courteous. I always would anyway, but you can get sideways with them, and then you get sideways with the executive team.
I think this is where the big issue is, what you just said, Ben. Like the fact she's got no security clearance, and this is very common that people are seeing, is she is attached to his hip all night, every night, writing tweets for him, right?
Yeah. This is like beyond special trust and confidence, beyond.
Yeah, I mean, she is.
Yeah, that's special access that, I mean, like, who's vetting her? Who's watching her? All this stuff. So
I just got to say something.
It's them. A lot of the time from what we hear, it's just them together, in the middle of the night writing tweets because he's up all night on True Social slamming them out. But she's the one that's actually posting them.
And the thing that's scary, and Jake and Adrian said, the only thing that's scary is we're running a war right now. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Listen. Tell me Trump in that last clip you just showed doesn't look like the gorilla in the zoo sitting by the window. Look, Look, that's what they tell me. That's not what he looked like. He looked just like the gorilla. You know, the gorilla be sitting by the window, kind of looking at everybody, kind of paying attention, but not really paying attention. Yeah, that's what that he looked like. I'm not saying disparaging things to Trump. He just looked like a big ass gorilla sitting there at the glass. Totally just like, nah, man, can I get out of here? Can y'all shut the zoo down so I can go take a nap?
But point being, I mean, like everything that he talks about goes through her. And I mean, that's the president of the United States.
Well,
no security clearance. What's her actual title? What's her role?
And that's exactly what you're saying, Nick. So for me, the thing I think of is you have all these, you know, people who won't tell the emperor he has no clothes on. Like if he's late at night, he's like, you know what? So let's say this. Oh, yes, right away. I would never tell you no. Yeah, but you need to tell him no sometimes. You might be like, look, you know, you don't want to say that. You don't want to do this. I mean, I don't know. That's I do know. It's very concerning. It's very concerning.
I do know, though, like we haven't really seen Melania in months. Nobody's knowing where Melania is. However, this story broke yesterday, right? And everybody's saying Trump's mistress. And of course, in classic fashion with powerful men, when something sketchy happens with an intern or a mistress, what's the very first thing they do? They do this, which is exactly what he did. They parade their wife back out. Yeah, here comes the big photo off, right? Hands held. Here we go, right? This was yesterday. Haven't seen him in months, and here she is.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Nate. She probably just tired of this.
But my point is, this happens every time. You saw this with Bill Clinton, right? With Monica Lewinsky. They every time there's a potential issue with a young woman, right, in the powerful men careers, what do? Like, I got to bring out the wife, hands held, press conference. I'm not saying necessarily there's anything going on. I'm just saying it's a little bit suspicious. The second the rumors pop up that you're having an affair with this young intern, all of a sudden your wife pops back up and you're doing a press conference together. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
we probably could learn something from the Middle East and just have a harem, right? Like we probably could learn something. I'm just saying, right? Like you don't see no scandals over in the Middle East with leaders. They all got harems. Same thing with China, right? Like kind of avoid all the problems.
Modern problems require modern solutions, I guess.
I'm just saying, right? Like let's not get crazy here. Simple solution, you know.
Yeah, I just think it's just so weird, right? Like who is this girl? And like why is she how did she become his closest confidant? And like the point she's like writing love letters to him. To me, that's a national security issue. Like it's got it written all over it. I mean, we don't know. You know, I don't think she's a Monica Lewinsky-esque type of honeypot, but maybe we don't know.
Yeah. I think you're right about that. I think it's dysfunction on the team, and you know, I think it's just one of those things where, again, the only thing is I was gonna say the chief of staff has to clean house, but when the president says no, she stays. You know, I think I'm almost positive there are mechanisms inside there where they are reducing her span of control or her purview of influence, like anything she can do. I got to believe for sure that people are just shutting that down all the way. Cause I mean, it's problematic, especially if it's going to impact other politicians too, like the senators and congressmen. I saw one senator wrote something about like, hey, this is a real problem. She's basically not inside the, she's not inside the chain of command. She's unusually close, undocumented in the chain of command. And, that's why people are starting to say this could be something bigger. And I don't think it is, as you're saying, but I think that's the problem. Undocumented in the chain of command. So she's always there with him, taking action for him.
But think about it this way, Ben, like for you as let's say a commander, right? Yeah. In your unit, let's say you as the top echelon commander, for us, it'd be the group commander, right? Mm-hmm. Your aide, your front desk girl, that's doesn't have security clearance, not even a private, maybe even just a low level GS employee. She all of a sudden is with you in every meeting, like at all times.
It's bad optic, man.
Like during the confidential top secret stuff, she's right there. Like and she's just attached to your hip at all times.
Right.
How would that look to the leadership command in the unit for you to have this random girl with no security clearance that you're like, no, she has to be in the meeting.
Right.
Like,
Well,
people are like,
I mean, right now, you know what I jump to in my mind right now? I jump to, this is why the unacknowledged special access program people from the CIA don't let us know about the aliens in the White House. They're like, yeah, see, that's why we're wondering. This is why we're hiding all this stuff. American people, not even so much, we don't have a problem. This is why, so that's what pops in my mind. But I think it's a terrible optic. People are going to wonder why, why do you need to know? It's always the question for any controlled information. What does she have need to know? What does she have need to know of? Right now, she's getting need to know and access to everything because he can magically wave his hand and be like, yeah, declassified for her. Top secret SCI? No. Special access? No. Oh, you watch me waving my hand. You're read in. Come on in. Look at it. No, you won't say anything, will you? No, I never would. I never say anything. And so I think it's a real problem. Like for me as a commander, I had a few special staff that were, female. And, but I mean, honestly, I know what perception is. Perception turns into reality. And they were great at their jobs, knew what they're doing, but I had to treat them like all the other, Marines and, other staff I had as well too. And it was always in a public setting, always very professional, narrow the scope of contact and what we're talking about. And that's it. And even if you're in there like, ha ha ha, carrying on with each other, people are going to wonder, they're going to be like, what's going on in there? So, you always have to have somebody there with you too. Just
All right. Enough speculation. I'm going to tell you a story that I saw happen in the Navy.
Jake's going to deliver the truth now.
No, you
Let's
good.
Hear it. Let's hear it.
I saw it happen. Okay. So I was on my first ship. An unnamed officer on my ship, senior 04 rank. Okay. Had an E1 girlfriend.
Oh my God.
All right. And he was married. Okay. And so
wow.
We were underway for 3 weeks. And one of my sailors came up to me and said, hey, listen, man, go tell so-and-so to return the seaman to her rack. I said, what? We've been underway for 20 days, Ensign, and she ain't slept in her bed one time.
Wow.
We know where she's at, and we're tired, exactly what you said, of the preferential treatment she's getting.
Right. Yeah. That too.
Wow.
I said, okay, now this is where you tell truth to power, right? So I went to said individual and I said, hey, not saying this is going on, but the people in berthing have not seen the seaman in 20 days.
What?
They want her back in her rack.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, boy.
That's
she was
what I
up
said.
in she was up in the
she was
O-level?
in his room. In his room every night. They wiling out. Okay. So she goes back, and my girl came to me and said, hey, Jake, really appreciate it. Like, the berthing is a lot happier now. Everybody was going to say something. Everything's calmed down. We're good. Okay. So now this is where it gets funny. It goes from craziness to just, so we pull into port. I'm standing officer of the deck in port. So I'm the gatekeeper for the ship. I look down the pier. Here comes this lady in a white summer dress with big black sunglasses on. I'm like,
uh-oh.
Yeah.
I said, hey,
whose wife is that?
Does anybody know who that is? They're like, no. I'm like, I'm standing watching.
He's like, roll it up the freaking gangplank's down. They're like,
trying to get the gangplank up, right?
She's
Everybody
running.
knows that's somebody's wife. Yeah, and she's pissed.
So now this is where it gets it goes from like, oh man, to like Jesus. So she comes up the brow.
No.
I'm like, ma'am, can I help you? I'm going to see the captain. I'm so-and-so's wife. I said, no problem. Hey, both submitted the watch. Can you escort her to the captain?
Did you ring her aboard? Ding, 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 ding.
No, but I
Angry
called the
wife
captain.
Coming aboard. Ding,
I
ding.
called the captain real quick. I said, hey, captain, so-and-so's wife just walked on the ship. She's not happy, and she's headed your way. And the captain said,
what?
Thank you, ensign. I'll take care of it. So then it gets even worse because you on a ship, it's tiny. She's in her office screaming. He is effing her. I got the proof.
What?
So long story short, nothing happened. When you're on the worst ship in the Navy, they don't really care. Captain had a conversation with him. It might have went on his.
Captain's got like a pirate's hat on. Yes, right. Right. Okay, off you go.
It was my freshman company officer. Like she's a savage. She was an awesome leader. Yeah, she's awesome.
Wow.
And it was one of those situations where I saw it happen firsthand. I said, "Good God, you don't ever want to do that."
No,
and I believe they stayed married, but. That's a bad look when the E1.
Yeah, it's not so good.
In the
but here's the thing: is like you're saying, Jake. That's a bad look. And it turns out there's a lot of substance behind it. But just alone, the perception could sink. Could sink careers, sink people. But moreover, in this case, it ruins confidence. Like we got all this stuff going on, and the team looks like it's a motley crew. What's happening in there? So people shoot holes.
And Ben, to your point, there's things going. We're talking about the president. We're talking about the top of the military, the commander in chief, who's in charge of a war right now, and he's got like this right here. He's got this going on, right. Like, look at this. Here's him golfing. Like you can see her back here.
Right.
They don't even let her in a cart. She just sprinting after him. You know.
Trump's like, hey, slow down. Let it get on the back. Slow down a little bit. Let it catch up.
I mean. Right. It's just like to your point, even if there's nothing here, right? And she just even if it's innocent and it's some weird, creepy dad thing, like the optics are horrible.
Right.
Especially because it's not like this hasn't been an issue for presidents in the past, right?
Wait, this president, this president's a savage. Let's not forget what he said on the bus.
Right. But I'm saying in general, right? Like this this is not the first issue we've had with
I mean, it would be cool like if you're in
the White House.
You're in wartime and you've got let's say you've got a military aide, you've got the national security advisor, you've got someone in that capacity, some official, it's very serious, I just think that would look like a war footing. Okay, people are suffering economically. Troops are dying. Now it's up to like 700, over 700 wounded.
I've got that. I've got that right here. So, this actually brings us into what we're going to talk about next, right? Is you got this going on. You've got
crazy.
18 killed, 756 wounded.
It's
and
nuts.
We don't even know. I think what's starting to edge at people is like, what are we talking about wounded? Because we're talking about these are ballistic missile strikes, right? And drone strikes, right? So how many amputees do we have? Like how many serious wounded do we have that we really aren't seeing? So people are starting to go, what's going on here with this conflict? And let's jump into that next. Let's pivot. Let's talk about the conflict itself. I just saw this as of an hour ago. I don't know if you just saw this, but it's obviously not over. Because this is breaking as of literally an hour ago.
Wow.
U.S. forces have reportedly carried out major airstrikes across Iran, targeting key military and government-linked sites. Yeah. Several senior Iranian figures are reported to have been killed, while the situation inside the country remains highly unstable. So this is as of
I didn't see that. No,
a couple hours ago.
Wow.
Couple hours ago, they blew up. They had a Iranian leadership convention kind of directed on the focus of where they were going to take the war, and they blew everybody up. And for the life of me, I'm trying to figure out why we're not on Zoom. Like why do we need to be in the same?
The biggest issue, Jake, to your point, is we don't have leadership to coordinate with, and now we're blowing up the little bit of leadership we figured out that they have, right? So,
I mean, not to make light of it, but just it's interesting when you think about that. Yeah.
I commend them on this Mosaic plan because every other country in the world would have fell apart. Iran's Mosaic plan is functioning as well as it could function. Because you think about it, like they're decentralized leadership. They're still fighting. My guy that lives in Dubai said the drones are still flying by his house going to blow up stuff.
Can I show you this real quick to your point of maybe the Mosaic plan working too good right? And that's what we have from the Iranian president
Hmm.
today.
Yeah, and the war.
The Iranian president is calling for an end to the war to Iran. So think about this, right? Right? He's telling Iran, the country that he's the president of, that they should consider declaring victory, right? That's how they're portraying it. But to my point is,
he's probably dead now after this strike. He might be gone.
The president of Iran is calling for his country that he's not in control of,
right?
Because of the Mosaic plan for declaring victory and ending the war. So that's kind of my point. Is like,
but the
president of Iran, you can't negotiate with the president of Iran because he's like, I'm not in control of this shit.
Yeah, they're saying there's a military junta, though. There's a military junta taking over this. Like, there's a military, cadre taking over the country. And they're saying, you and I have discussed before, Nate, and Jake, you and I talked about it many times, that this might be worse than what they had before. Because, who are the ones that could put down? And there's it. Right, exactly. So.
Now, all of a sudden, but again, right? Like, the president can't talk to the president of Iran. The president of the United States can work out a plan, and it doesn't fucking matter because, to your point, like, he's not actually in charge of anything. No. So,
just think about
how do you come to peace here, guys? If we, you know what I mean? Like, we're also still bombing Iran's leadership. Like,
I'm going to throw you guys
a cluster F. Pardon my.
I'm going to throw you a American colloquialism. Okay, I don't know if that's a word, but I'm using
the colloquial sniper. We've been hearing that.
So
that's hard to say, Jake. Colloquialism.
Colloquial, yeah.
Think about our efforts to kind of quell the Native American Indians, and every tribe presented a new problem. I'm going to remind people: Geronimo was running around in 1910. Okay, we've been fighting Indians for almost 150 years, and we had to go tribe by tribe, right? Like, this is the same situation. They were independently massed Indian forces in America, and you basically got to deal with everyone as an independent entity. Seeing that in Iran,
and that's the danger. But the thing is this, though, in lieu of a negotiated settlement, how do you get them to quit? Bombing doesn't work. Bombing by itself will not work. Economic sanctions can cause real pressure and problems, but we've had sanctions for 40 years on these people. We've had them to 2 million to 1 inflation for $1. 2 million of their currency for $1. We inflated them
since
that
the
much.
80s.
Yeah.
They've just been grinding through it.
And I have a thesis that I talked about on Wednesday on my Warrior Wednesday live stream, but I think Iran has been using cryptocurrency to go around the SWIFT system, the banking system. I think Russia did a test of an $11 billion transaction in November of 2025. And then they just approved it. Putin just signed into law. Bitcoin is approved for international trade. I think Iran, Russia, and China have been going around the SWIFT banking system to fund the war, to keep going. How do you crush them that much economically and physically?
It makes sense.
Yeah, because Bitcoin's not traceable. You can't govern.
How are they managing to just keep grinding through? They have to be getting funding somehow, to your point, Ben.
That's it, Nate. And here's the evidence. The toll in Hormuz was Bitcoin or Chinese yuan. Right. It was $2 million in Bitcoin. They had even more. They said they would insure you in Bitcoin. They're doing a Bitcoin underwriting system for any traffic. And it was for like 100 million, something crazy. You pay the 100 million in Bitcoin, then you could be, you could bring your ships through. So I think they're doing something. And someone in the chat from Wednesday contacted me after and said, actually, Russia and Iran have built like this almost like black ops underground financial system for a while. They've been linked up for a while. So I think it's all cryptocurrency.
What's the underground system that the Muslim culture has?
Hawala, right? Isn't it?
Hawala. Yep. No, that's it. That's it.
I think so.
Hawala's been rolling for 1,000 years.
Right.
So moving money illegally, legally, like they've had the system. It's in their religion. Like Hawala is in the religion. They got Hawala dudes in America.
Yeah, if you think about the Saudis, that's always been the running joke of like Elon's the first trillionaire, and everybody's like, wink, wink. Right.
Like the Russian oligarchs, the Saudi royal family, they're like they have trillions.
Yeah, they're like, sure, bud. Yeah,
right. Yes, you're the richest. Now leave us alone. Don't attack us. Don't take our stuff. That's wild, man. So yes, I think that though.
What about we should also talk about, because this is sort of the expansion of the conflict. Ben, I know you have some clips to bring up. We need to talk about Syria, or excuse me, Israel started bombing Syria, and now they are, which I've been talking about for 7 months on my show that they were going to do. They're now literally threatening to strike Turkey, which
It's
again,
insane.
I've been talking about this. I've been talking about this a long time. That this was where this was going to head.
Yeah.
But they're saying it out loud now. So I don't know if you've got anything we could pull up for that.
Yeah, I'll pull this clip up real quick. And actually, it's just a newspaper article for now, and I've got a clip to play as well that gives kind of a good executive snapshot. But I just found this today, and I found it pretty damn interesting. I didn't know this was going on. This was last Friday. Can you see that, or do I have to click on it?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay, so this is Turkey requesting Netanyahu's arrest from last
I didn't
Friday.
see this.
Yeah, I just saw it today when I was prepping for the show. Requesting an Interpol red notice came at a time of escalating tension between the two countries. What happened was there was a flotilla of 50 boats carrying humanitarian aid from Turkey to break the Israeli blockade of Gaza. Israeli forces boarded the boats and detained 400 people, abused people.
Boy.
So that's been going on since last week. And then what do we have? We have this. The strike happened on the 18th. So just is it, 3 days ago?
3 days ago, yeah.
So I think there's some real. This has been going on, but I think there is some real connection here because
and it says the United States condemns.
The U.S. condemns too, right? So Israeli strike on Syrian military airbase draws U.S. criticism. The attack was the latest in a series of Israeli military interventions in Syria over the past 2 years. So everybody's condemning it, right? You have,
right.
Qatar, UAE, the U.S. Everyone's like, "What are you doing?
Stop! Just stop it!" That's what everybody's like, dude. Stop being so fucking crazy. Like
that's it.
Why do you guys need to just bomb everybody nonstop? Fucking chill out.
We haven't said the big thing. Turkey's in NATO.
That's it.
If Israel bombs NATO,
this is the real problem.
This is an important conversation that we need to get into.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like now, I gotta believe that Trump has told Netanyahu to shut up. If you bomb them, there's going to be problems. We're not going to be able to stop.
He has publicly. Trump actually
told him to F off. Yeah, when you're
he actually has said because Trump was giving Turkey F-35s and Israel freaked out and he was like, "Shut the fuck up! You're not going to bomb Turkey."
But at the same time, before
at the same time, what we do see, and I've been talking about this a long time, when you see Trump signaling like, "Oh, we're going to leave NATO. We're going to leave NATO," I have always felt that was pressure from Israel because of Turkey, because Israel cannot and you guys know Turkey is the most powerful military in all of Eurasia. Like you think Iran has a powerful military? No, fuck no. Turkey is going to curb stomp everybody. The idea that Israel is going to fight a war against Turkey, that is laughable, right?
The second largest army in NATO.
Right. They need the United States to be able to attack Turkey, but the United States as a part of NATO could never do that. But so you have to facilitate getting the United States out of NATO. I thought this was like a 10-year plan, right? Get the United States out of NATO. And then when Israel needs to or wants to facilitate that war, okay, now you can, right? Because we're no longer a NATO ally. But
that's interesting.
This is a very complicated system. Yeah. But for Israel to be threatening this now while the United States and Turkey are in NATO together, to me is insanity.
It is insanity.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. This ain't never gonna end. Okay. As the resident Black Jew on the channel. Okay. Can we please?
Thank God we have Jake. We can say whatever we want.
Can we please just carve out part of South Texas and move Israel?
Jake, you've been saying this for years.
I'm just saying, like there is no hope that we're gonna get to a resolution as long as Israel is still in Israel. Okay. All I'm saying, just bring them over to South Texas. Ain't nobody live down there. Jake's
been saying this literally since I've known him.
Right.
And just carve it out. Like, screw it. Hey, man, here's 300 square miles. Yeah. You're your own sovereign country. Texas, I know you don't like it, but it is what it is, right?
Like worse, you know.
So I think I think also too we have to consider the geopolitics. Like Syria is a neighbor to Israel. I think after Assad's regime fell, they don't want to see it be rebuilt. There's lots of concern there. Turkey's been going in and rebuilding them. They've been striking everything as it's being built. I think the preventative logic here from Israel was, the fact that, well, if we just strike runways and strike structures, then we're not going to cause any casualties. It's not going to escalate so much. And at the same time, this is like Syria and Turkey are saying Israel's just trying to give an excuse to keep on keeping Syria down. So, I mean, I agree with you. I mean,
Syria is also that geographical buffer zone that Israel wants between Turkey, right? And that's a big part of that too. Is Israel likes the idea of having control of the Golan Heights for one, but also sort of pseudo control over the government underneath al-Jilani, which they sort of have, because now they have that geographical buffer zone from Turkey, which to them, Turkey's the big bad, right? Iran is bad to Israel, but Turkey's the big bad. Right, so it's like we got to that Iran's the stepping stone to Turkey. Turkey, bringing down Turkey is the ultimate final end product of the Greater Israel Project, which again I thought was 20-something plus years from now, but again,
you're right. I mean, we're seeing this today. You described that really well. That the buffer zone, and like on Wednesday, I pulled up maps and was zooming in, showing on like the conflict escalation map on how actually Israel controls part of Western Syria on the western edges of Damascus right now, the Golan Heights, everything you're saying. So, I mean, they don't want to see Turkey's troops inside Syria, getting cozied up, rebuilding Syria, and then, like you said, positioning, threatening. Because the thing is, once they're positioned and threatened there, you can't get them out. You can't get them out, or else a big war is going to ensue. And then they have strategic leverage over you for negotiations for everything else in the region too, because they're right there on your doorstep. So, you want me to play this other little clip real quick too?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is it gives a good snapshot for everybody watching, of what's taking place, catches everybody up to speed. I try to find something unbiased as much as possible. It's a PBS broadcast.
Hard to do, but probably the best you're going to get.
That's right.
Elsewhere in the Middle East, tensions are mounting between U.S. allies Israel and Turkey in the once hotbed of civil war, Syria. Nick Schifrin has more.
God damn it, dude.
Turkey and Israel are two of the U.S.'s most important allies in the region. The strike exposes their increasing tension, with Syria caught in the middle. It was overnight Monday when Israeli warplanes bombed the Abu al-Duhur airbase. Those circles are craters made by Israeli bombs.
And this is up north, further closer to Turkey.
About 45 miles.
This was yesterday.
180 miles north of Israel. At first, Israel did not claim responsibility. But then U.S. Ambassador to Turkey, Tom
There
Barrett,
you go. There's that buffer zone I was telling you guys about.
Syria, wrote on X the confirmed.
I'm going to rewind that just real quick because, Nate, your point, and you can talk this real quick.
Yeah, so if you guys see here, this is a big part of Israel taking Lebanon and area in southern Syria and Damascus and the Golan Heights, like we just talked about, is this big geographical buffer zone between both Iran, if they can maintain control of Syria and Iraq, and Turkey itself, right? So this is part of the Greater Israel Project, is sort of that geographical buffer zone, keeping Turkey, the big bad, and Iran, the second big bad, away geographical from Israel itself. So that's a great map to sort of demonstrate what I was talking about.
Yeah, for sure. And you did a great job explaining it as well. We'll play just a couple more seconds here.
Turkey. Tom Barrack, who is also U.S. Special Envoy to Syria, wrote on X, the confirmed Israeli airstrikes on Abu al-Duhur airbase constitute an unnecessary escalation that does not advance regional stability. After that, Israel acknowledged the strike. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he was trying to prevent a Turkish troop deployment.
We saw that Turkey intends to establish a presence in the airport south of its current lines. So we conveyed a message. The message went through, but it seems that they did not listen.
Okay, I'll just stop it there. Before we lose our minds.
Dude.
But I mean, it's the thing to me is that right now Iran's probably like, ha, this is great.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, he's done it, but they've done it so many times that like you'll see Trump has a plan to make things happen. All of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, really? Okay, so ceasefire if we don't hit in southern Lebanon. Got it. Lebanon, boom, we'll go attack. And granted, I know they're getting attacked as well. So I'm not so naive to think that, Hezbollah, Hamas aren't doing things as well.
Right,
but
of course.
Hezbollah and Hamas aren't on the same level as Israel, as the Israeli military, and they're not involved in the memorandum of understanding. So I think the thing for me is that the first point of the MOU was that it had to do with southern Lebanon and the troop deployments in southern Lebanon. But you notice that we were able to reach a ceasefire without Iran really digging in too hard on it. I think now with all this going on, I think Iran's going to dig in because they know Israel is
especially if you can pull Turkey into that war. If you're
Yeah,
Iran,
right,
and you're like,
right.
yeah, please,
Right.
please,
Let me
Israel,
ask both-
start bombing Turkey.
Let me
Right.
pose a question
It's
to both of you.
crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pose a question to both of you. Okay. Either one can start. If you were president, let's say a nuclear bomb went off in DC and killed all the leadership, and they got down to the 500th person in the chain of command, and it was you, Ben. What would you do? What would be your course of action over the next month as the president of the United States in this current environment?
I would rewrite the Clarity Act and establish a reserve currency of Bitcoin, 100 million Bitcoin in my name. First act. And then we'd start from there. No, what would I do? What would I do if that happened?
If you were the president,
Yeah.
the president right now,
Yeah.
what would you do in your first month in office?
If we got a nuclear attack?
No, I'm just saying, don't take the nuclear attack. That just puts you
Okay.
in command. You are now in command of the United States. You are the president. What would you do in this current environment over the next month?
I'd have to think about finishing this war first. I'd have to finish this first. And then I would rebuild at home. I'd end this war one way or another, and then I'd rebuild at home, and I would prioritize our domestic life and policies and everything we're doing. Try to bring money back to the American people, try to bring jobs back, manufacturing, leveraging technology, as I've said before, in technology leadership as well, but making sure that, we really take care of Americans, and so that would be it. And I leave it open-ended. I leave it generic about the war because I've got the Marine side of me that says I know how to finish it one way. Then I've got, kind of the person who knows about all the other parts of power.
The human side of you.
Yeah, diplomatic, informational, military,
Right.
economic, and that we could find a solution somehow to get out of this. Because I didn't start it too. You know what I mean? So Trump's got legacy on his mind. And I've even heard this too. And I will just say this because we're dealing with hubris, and then I'll turn it over to Nate. We're dealing with hubris here. And like I said, guys, I'm politically independent. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who you get mad at. That's all on you. You can figure that all out. But I call it like I see it, and I give you my best, and you can use it, critically think. Yeah, agree with me, disagree with me. I don't really care. I think there's a lot of hubris that informed this decision. And I think when people are in positions like this and they start to believe that they're leaving a legacy is one of the most dangerous things that a leader can be doing, taking action on. Okay. Because when you believe you could be a capital G great man in history, like top 10 people, like in Alexander the Great, you think you're in this league at that level, the greatest military of all time. It's hard to accept anything less than total victory or a defeat or say, I got to cut my losses. This is a loss, but this isn't the loss for me, but I can make it no longer a loss for America. So you start losing some of your options. Now, do I know everything? No. Do they have tricks up their sleeve that I don't know about? I'm sure they do. I'll tell you one thing I do think. I think Scott Besson is a super smart guy. So he's got a lot of great economic weapons, but I still don't think that would do it. I still don't think it'll do it. I think the only way to really, really finish this, and you guys know what that is, like militarily, you have to go on the ground. We don't want to do that. So it's that, or it's saying, you know what, let's find another solution of like backing off, heal some wounds. So there has to be some flexibility, but it's a very complex thing, but I would find a way to end that first.
So mine's very similar to Ben's. So I think Aaron actually, maybe it was last week or the week before, when he talked about what he would prefer to see long-term for America, which is in the war, pull all of the military bases out pretty much from Europe, Asia, everywhere, bring everybody back home, focus on real Monroe Doctrine. All the money gets invested in domestic policy, all the things Ben just said. So for me, what I would do, right, and the idea is that the administration gets wiped out, right, and now I'm in charge. First thing I do, I publicly apologize to Iran. That's what I do as the leader. I say, I am sorry that the previous administration decided to start this fucking dumbass war for no reason. I apologize to everybody that's been killed on both sides. We are ending the war. We are leaving. I hope that we can come to diplomatic solutions, but like we are done. We are pulling out. Then, if you guys didn't know, we have 128, I believe, military bases across the globe. Imagine how much money that costs us. I do Aaron's plan. I enact the actual Monroe Doctrine. I pull all of our troops out of the Middle East. I pull them all out of, Asia's a little bit difficult because of China, right? Maybe we figure that out. But a vast majority of these European, Africa, Middle East bases I pull out. I focus on domestic policy, like Ben just said. I end that war. And I think that's the only way you do it. And to your point, Ben, where you said hubris, ego is not allowing the current administration to do that.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm stepping in as a new leader, right, I actually have the ability to do that, right, to where it's not my failure, right? I don't have to.
Right.
I don't have to accept that failure.
Right.
I can say that's that guy's failure. We apologize. We're pulling out, and I think that's the only way we do it. And hopefully get to some semblance of peace. Focus on again our region of the world. Start investing domestically into the American people. And will that be easy? No. Will I probably get schwacked for wanting to do it by the deep state? Yeah, probably. You know what I mean? But I think that I'm right there with you on the way to do it. But I think the idea like finish the job. No, not. I'm sorry, man. Like there's no point for us to be doing this. And hopefully with that is, and I'm a believer now that we can't solve this problem without a new administration. Whether it's a new Republican administration, a new Democrat administration, we need a new leader who can engage with Iran and say, look, hey, you know what I mean? That's out with the old. Here's the new. Let's see if we can figure this out together and cut the fucking violence. But I don't think we can see that now, right?
Yeah.
It's like let's say you've got a high school a guy in high school that's your mortal enemy, and you've been in 10 fist fights together, right? And you hate each other's guts,
right?
You're not going to just randomly be like, all right, water under the bridge, right? Most likely, that's not going to happen.
Right.
Trump and Iran, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
like neither side, they're both dug in, heels are dug in, and so for me, we need some type of new leadership.
It's their kids. Their kids will get together and be like, "Why are we fighting? This is stupid."
Right? And so I don't have all the answers, but again, I think
2 points to dovetail off what you said, and that very well said. Very well said. Everything you said. First, I just thought about hearing Obama. I saw him getting interviewed, and he was like laughing. He's like, "Yeah," he's like, "We paid him money, and the straits were open, and there's no war." And they, he said something. He's laughing because he's kicked back now, and I'm thinking to myself, when it first all kicked off, and I was thinking, wow, I wonder how long this is going to go on for. And it sounds like what he's saying makes sense. But we're still in square one, still costing so much money. And eventually we're going to unfreeze their assets. They're going to get billions of dollars back. Mm-hmm. And number two thing I wanted to say that, you provoked some of these thoughts when you were speaking was, before, I'll be honest, when I'd hear close our bases, bring them all home, I'm always thinking, strategically, I'm thinking, expeditionary wise, how do we maintain pressure and staying out there? But now the nature of warfare has changed.
Right.
Drone warfare makes us just have sitting duck targets that we haven't proven we can defend against. And, I had a guy on my show a couple months ago. Yeah. Andy Markoff. He's the CEO of Smack Technologies, massive AI company, where they're turning into massive. They're startup growing right now, but they're going to be massive for DoD. And, he recently put something out about just saying how the nature of warfare is changing decision space where, if you're just sitting out there in the open, mm-hmm. You're going to get smacked. You're going to get, hit. And that's the name of the company. But to your point, Nate, I mean, it might not just be good for money. This might be like the smartest operational tactical move for force protection. If we're just sitting out there and they're just going to, like what Ukraine's doing to Russia, like they're just swarming them with drones and hitting them. So I think there might be, starting now and in the near future, not just a financial reason, but actually force protection, protecting our people. You can't just sit in places anymore until we come up with a very reliable drone countermeasure, which I don't think exists right now.
Yeah, and also real quick, Jake, before I hand it over to you, to just one final thing with Ben's point. We forget that we have B-2 bombers. We have the 82nd Airborne. We have Marine expeditionary units. If we need to reach out and fuck you, we can do that without having 50,000 people sitting in Germany, on a military base. Like we are a global strike force that can touch you wherever we want within 18 hours. We don't need 132 military bases geographically to
That's
do
a
that.
that's a great
you know?
point. I mean, I think
so.
Go ahead.
Hang on,
Jake,
Ben,
go
real
ahead.
quick.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to dovetail on what
Yep.
Nate said because I want everybody to hear this. During the war, we did not have B-52s stationed anywhere but the home base in the United States, and we had some in Guam.
Diego Garcia, is it? Or
Diego
Diego
Garcia.
Garcia,
Diego
Okay.
Garcia. They were flying 18 to 24-hour missions from the United States to go bomb targets.
B2s.
B-2s and B-52s.
Did we have B-52s doing that too?
Yeah.
I think
all throughout the war.
I'm not sure. I know they unleashed some big doggies out there, but
Anyway, to your point, Jake.
To Nate's point, like we can travel very well.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think so. Again, the military mind in me, because I know military professionals, I know some of you are squirming, like, pull out of Germany, fold a gap, Russia. I know. But to Nate's point, Jake's point, and my point, not everything can be a priority. And so when your interests shift and your assumptions shift, you have to shift the strategy. If you don't, you risk, if you're making a plan on a faulty assumption, right? Like, we're going to be fine here at this base. The only way to hurt us will be the Russians doing nukes or them doing the T-72 charge. That's changed, right? That's no longer a good assumption. Drones can get you, and we can't intercept it. It's not even missiles, right? So this is why I'm saying my rubric, my calculus changed when I started, interviewing Andy Markov, and I was like, holy cow, man. Like, I think I know some stuff about AI, but this is another world now. We're talking massive drone swarms, like not even stuff Ukraine's doing, like on the US level, what we could do with the command F-35 or F-22, whatever, controlling the whole swarm and just zapping you. Oh, you're muted, Jake. You're muted.
You've seen China's, I'll call it marketing drone swarms with like 20,000 drones.
Crazy, dude. Yeah.
It's nuts.
Right?
Yeah.
So you think about that. Like I tell everybody, you think about 20,000 incoming contacts. I don't care who you are. Now, you might be able to put AI on that, but I guarantee we don't have 20,000 missiles. We don't have 20,000.
Still got to stop.
Like.
Well, it's also even if we did, they're so goddamn expensive comparatively. The cost benefit there it takes 100x the cost to shoot down that drone than it does to make
just
that
think if you're Joe Snuffy on the ground and you're like, we're stationed here. What happened to the other bases? Hope there's not a war. Before you were like, I'm in the base. Pretty good. They might send some missiles. We can shoot those down. Now, like, you're seeing it live on TV. The drone swarm comes, like, people are dying. Is it going to be you running for your life with the last picture of you looking back at the drone? It's scary. So, I mean, that changed my mind. And for a while I wrestled with that. I'm like, what are we talking about? Taking our bases back. And I thought might be a good force protection reason to do some of this. So again, greater people, greater, I wouldn't say minds, but people who do this full time are thinking of these things. I know they are. But I think it's important that we're discussing it, so we're talking about the narrative and what people are concerned about and how do we recapture some money? How do we reinvest back at home? All these things that we're talking about. So.
Yeah. And to your point, Ben, I mean, the war with Iran showed us that with bases in the Gulf those bases are only safe if our enemy decides they're safe.
Yeah.
Because when Iran decided, now we're going to wipe out all your bases in the Gulf, they did it. And they're done. And we're
who
like,
knew that? Who knew?
You can just drop ballistic missiles on our bases? It's like, yeah, we can. And so you're like,
I never would have imagined that was that vulnerable. Did you? I mean, I didn't think I was.
No, absolutely not. We've all been through those bases, right? I would have never thought like in Qatar and things like that of like, oh yeah, but Iran can just wipe these out if they want.
Right.
It's like,
and I want to say that I want to say one more thing too. And again, the counterpoint here, because I like to bring this up. The counterpoint is, I know some of you are watching right now and like, you guys are doomers, and that's not true. We've got a secret weapon. I'm telling you, this is the sentiment on the street. And if it's not, if this isn't true, if we're wrong, someone needs to get out there and show us it's wrong, regain the narrative, because you got three professionals here who have been doing this a long time. You got a lot of collective knowledge, a lot of combat experience, a lot of experience in the military, a lot of thinking experience. And so if it's not, someone else should take control of the narrative and be like, no, you guys are wrong. We heard all this stuff. And here's why. Look what we can do now. but it's not there. So therefore, we're calling it like we see it.
But it's
and
also
saying it, you know?
it's also Ben. It's not like we're talking about like, oh, we're giving up by pulling out.
Correct.
No, we're restructuring and
Correct.
re-strategizing
That's
based
right.
off of a new world.
That's
right.
it. That's it.
So, and sometimes maybe the World War II doctrine of how things worked is a little bit different now in 2026 when technology it's drastically different,
Right.
and when a country like Iran
Right.
can reach out and touch you now.
Right.
That wasn't
Right.
the case in 1945.
Correct.
It is the case now. So
Yeah.
all of these things
Yeah.
have to be, and then you bring in the economy and cost benefit analysis and the cost of all these things. And it's like, okay, well now, if these military bases are potentially a liability and they're costing us $500 billion a year, maybe it's a decent idea to try to.
And they're going to
rethink
die
these
anyway.
things.
We're,
right. Yeah.
And
Great point.
And the other aspect of it is, Nate, like, I don't think there's a problem being wrong. Right.
Yeah,
like, I
right.
loved your, hey, man, I'm going to call Iran and just apologize. Hey, man, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
we do that in our regular lives when we screw up.
Yeah, like, hey,
Right.
I'm sorry, we messed up. Hey, we're leaving. Have fun, right? Like, I can't agree with that like more, because like that's the thing. We're really arrogant as Americans, and I know both of you know this, right? Like, we think that we got the best place in the world, and everybody should live like us, and the rest of the world, a lot of people want to live like us, but they come over here and they're like, yo, this is a rat race for money. You have to work too hard. I want to go back to Thailand, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it's important for us to understand, because we've seen it. I tell everybody, man, I love when the people talk about, in the Black culture, I want to go back to Africa. I tell them all the time, go ahead, man. Shoot, go ahead. Go check out Niger or Kenya, Namibia. Go ahead. Because we forget, like, our arrogance clouds our decision-making process in America.
For sure.
Like we're gonna, like, I was explaining this to some people about Afghanistan. How do you give democracy to a country and a family in the Hindu Kush where there's 14 people laying in the same bed because they don't have windows?
Which
and
is real. I've been in these villages.
They're
myself.
at 10,000
Right.
feet.
Okay. Yep.
And they all sleep in the bed together, so they have some
100%.
warmth at night. How are we trying to bring democracy to them?
Or they're sleeping with the livestock outside for warmth, like with the goats and the pigs. Like this is real stuff that you're talking about here.
Yeah.
But see, that's the part of our arrogance. Most of the Americans have never experienced that or saw that or even, like been, you go to Dominican Republic. You go to Dominican Republic, you see the vast disparity between how we live in America, how they live in Dominican Republic 3 hours away. Okay. And most of America gets so arrogant that we can't just say, oh man, we messed up. Let's move on. Let's try to repair this. We can't be the nice guy. Everybody in the world thinks we're the biggest bully in the history of mankind, which we keep proving them right.
You know what I'll say too, Jake? I mean, we've lost all, and I'll use the word decorum just for lack of a better word. We've lost all courtesy at the political level, where they just kill each other now. They kill each other, never come back. Like the moment, like when John McCain was like, some woman stood up and was like, oh, Barack Obama, he's this and that. He's like, no, ma'am. No. Yeah. He's like, no, he's not. He's a really great American trying to do good for his country. I'm his opponent, but I don't think he's what you're saying he is, And she was like stunned. We don't have that anymore. Now it's like, yeah, he's terrible. He's worse than dirt. In fact, he's the devil himself. I mean, we go crazy.
I talked about that with Hunter Biden in my episode today. This exact thing we talked about.
Which is huge, by the way. It's crazy.
Oh, that is huge, Nate. I want to tell you, that's huge.
But we talked about exactly that topic, Ben, of how did politics get to the fact that, like,
it's brutal.
That, like, even me and Hunter sitting down and having a friendly conversation together, vast majority of people loved it, right? But tons of people are like, how fucking dare you, Nate? And it's like, like,
first of all, coming at you, first of all, like, American fighting man, like, come on.
No, but I'm just saying, this isn't just me and him and talking. This is normal, right? Like, how dare you sit down and have a friendly conversation with somebody on the other side of the political aisle?
It's nuts.
Like that's where we've gotten, though, in the vitriol, to your point, Ben, of like, we can't just, like, both of you guys, in the arrogance that we've gotten to in our own haughtiness of, like, we're always right.
Right.
Right. Like we have to be right. Politically, we're right. And as Americans, it's kind of part of our culture is like,
Right. And don't
we're
apologize.
the good guys.
Yeah.
We're the good guys. Right. Like our culture is the good culture. And
this is where Homelander came from in The Boys,
and I do think as in America, a lot of that is true. I do think we have not our government necessarily, but I think like I do want to, even like me and Hunter talked about this, I do want to believe that we do, the American people, right, and the American culture, that we do have a positive, loving culture and things like that. I do want to believe that. But
yeah, I agree
at the same time, to Jake's point, we also are the world's biggest fucking bully. Like when you talk about like the T word, the world's leading state sponsor of T word, go ask the rest of the world who they think the leading state sponsor of T word is. And it ain't Iran.
I would argue that we're not a loving culture.
Okay.
I would argue that America is not a friendly place.
Okay.
Now, there's some friendly places so like I'm in San Antonio. I saw 3 different people on my walk today. I said hi to all 3 of them. Only 1 responded.
Wow.
Okay. On the super micro level, right? Like I live in the most grumpiest, most out of shape, and the fattest city in America, right? And it
is
shows.
The food good? Is the food good?
The food is awesome. San Antonio food is on fire.
Yeah, there you go. So there's that.
There's
right?
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's a great food. Okay, fair.
I had a burrito today from our little corner spot, and it was on fire.
Oh, dude, I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming.
But my point is, we see this is Nate. This is exactly what we're talking about. We think we are a happy, genteel, happy place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this: go to France. You say hi to somebody on the streets of France. Hey, wee, hello.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I spend a lot of time in France. Maybe other places, but
Jake, to your point, all my time in Asia, 1,000 times
for sure.
Okay, let's just go to Japan. Okay,
right.
Let's go to Japan. Probably they teach the first 2 years of school are
so
manners,
nice, dude. Everybody's so
manners.
Nice. Yeah.
Right. So to your point, Nate, this is one of our crutches.
Yeah,
we have this opinion. Right. We think we're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And really we're a bunch of dicks. Right? like think about this. I'm gonna give you one in Texas that it's been killing me lately. The ambulance chasers. Okay. You get in a simple car wreck, and that guy's getting $1.5 million from the ambulance.
I've heard about
Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul's coming.
Hey man, the Hammer, the Fours, Morgan and Morgan. Okay.
Dude, when I was in Arizona, Jake, was watching TV, like I saw every commercial was one of those lawyer firms, Morgan and Morgan, but it was like 9. There was like 9 different ones. That's all it was. Every commercial. Yeah.
So we think about it from that standpoint, like, man, our insurance rates are through the roof. Well, why is that? Well, we got everybody suing everybody over a simple car crash. My boy in Washington State, his mom got in a car crash. He had to write a check for $50,000. And he has a video of all 3 of the people in the car laughing after the car wreck.
Wow.
Right? No, they got a simple fender bender, no big explosion, nothing. Right. And so it just comes back to like the culture in America is based on capitalism.
And I think too, like what you're saying, Jake, is like, are you really making me think about it? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking like we tend to keep to ourselves a lot, right? As Americans, we value our privacy. We don't really want to get to know our neighbors too much. A lot of times, in some cultures, some places, localities are different than others, some small towns. But I think, I've lived in a couple different places and I've seen that a lot where people really want to stick to themselves. Whereas I think other places will value that tight-knit community more. I think we used to be that way, right? There's a book by, I think, Thomas Friedman, that used to be us. I think that's something. And Jake, you're right. I think if we want to do better overall, I think, we got to start on the individual basis. And I saw some people in the chat saying that, hey, we got to, get done with the politics and all of us focus on being Americans, being good to each other. Mm-hmm. And then I think that can make a difference. But that's a lot to think about. So there's a lot there.
No, you got a great point. But and when you said that, Jake, and you start talking about it, I'm like, fuck, he's right.
100%.
I like to think that when I think about it this way, it's like my interactions with other Americans are usually positive, but at the same time, that's my friends. That's people I know. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, at my last house, I didn't even know the names of the people that lived to my left and my right. And I lived there for 2 years. Didn't even know their names.
Right.
You would say, wave
Right.
hi. Hey, how are you?
Right.
Come home. But like, I don't know the name to my neighbors. So,
And I think it depends where you are too. It depends where you are. And I mean, you know, at least for me, my experience, I think generally if I smile at someone, say hi to them, and it depends on the individual too, you know? So, but Jake, you bring up a good point. I mean, you know, it's a really good point. We can always do better with that.
let's jump into our final topic, which is well, we're talking domestically now. The economy, the U.S. economy. Speaking of, you had brought up whoops, hold on. Scott Bessent earlier, who said Donald Trump has fixed Biden's mess of economy, which I don't know. Look, here's the thing: the economy's not good, and I don't know if this is Donald Trump and MAGA and Republican parties, because they're in control of the government right now. If this is their plan for the midterms, is to keep telling us how good the economy is, but and Ben, you talked about this, and I've talked about it on the show. We're in a K-shaped economy. And so it's and maybe we could explain that to the viewers. But it's very, very important to understand, because the economy is very, very good for some people.
Right.
And it is
great point.
Very, very bad for most Americans, right? That's
great
what
point.
This K-shaped economy is. So
Yep.
I don't know if you want to explain a K-shaped economy, because you're the one who brought it up in the group chat, Ben, before we jump in and talk about it real quick.
Yeah, just really quickly, Nate hit it on the head. I just think, you know, it's shaped like a K, right? So we have, you know, one line is going up and increasing. So usually wealthier individuals, I'll say wealth loosely, but, you know, upper middle class, or, you know, people that have a certain level of income and wealth, people who own assets, they own equities, stocks, you know, bonds. You own, you know, S&P 500, the Dow Jones index funds,
real estate,
you know, I'm not even going to crypto and all that stuff. That's a whole other thing. But I think those people are doing well. Those people that are tied into the AI economy and tied into this explosion of growth from AI, people are like, man, the economy is doing great. We're at war, but all the numbers are going up. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, meanwhile, people that are in other industries, their income's based on skilled positions, they're not seeing it, and it's going down. So you have a K at the back graph, you know, and like I said, the asset owners are here and asset equities owners are here, and those who don't own assets are looking to get wage, labor, income, things like that. It's going down. So a couple of things.
Ben, what you just said there is super important, right?
Yeah.
To understand the K-shaped economy, guys, the bottom of the K is those who sell their labor for income. The top of the K is those who have equity-based income, typically, right? So if you're selling your labor,
they may still sell their labor too, but they're in the system where they can take advantage of the growth of the AI. So,
but I mean, on the bottom end, when you're selling your labor, you're also more affected by gas prices being high. You're more affected by inflation, food prices, grocery prices.
You don't have money to invest. You don't have money to invest. Yeah.
You can't invest that money. And also the top end of that is not affected by gas prices, is not affected by food prices, because these are nominal level. Hey, if you increase the cost on me, if I'm making $1 million a year and you increase my food and gas prices by $50,000 a year, I can handle that. But if I'm making $50,000 a year, and you increase my cost by
I mean, even if you're making $150 a year, you're going to be, you know, 100, 150. You're
that's just I mean, those numbers are just made up out of thin air. But to my point, the wealthy side of the K is not affected necessarily by the brutalness of the economy on the bottom side of the K.
Correct. That's exactly it. And the thing is, I want everybody to understand that this is a decades-long problem. This isn't like when they say Biden did it. Okay, whatever. And we fixed it. No, this is decades long. It's not going away. There are ways to make it go away. Nobody will like them. They're austerity, hard things, taking a haircut, you know, paying off debt, all these things like that. A renewed investment in the things Nate and I were talking about earlier. If we were president, what we would do domestically. But I mean, this isn't a problem that just popped up. This has been for a long time going this way. And we can talk about some local solutions, maybe things that could help you.
This is let me pull this up, because this is exactly when you talk about over time, right? We just hit $40 trillion in debt. This didn't happen 2 years
We did
ago,
it. Yes.
right?
We
This
did it.
this has been 30 years
Right.
in the making, to
Correct.
Ben's point, for us to get into the situation that we're in. This is, 7 different presidents that have got us here.
That's it. Exactly. So I think, it's even to the point now, you pull up Scott Bessent, but Scott Bessent's even calling for a Bretton Woods 2.0, like a new financial system. And I'll be honest with you, for me, I think someday, not right now, but I think 10, 20 years from now, this will be built on the rails of crypto, like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, because of their technologies. And I'm not doing the doomsday, like America's falling, the dollar's falling. It's just, I think these things will be used as tools that will help the velocity of money. So, transactions can happen faster, money can move faster. And so without trying to overcomplicate things, I just think that, I think that's where we're at. It's a long problem.
All right,
Let's look at
hang on,
go ahead.
hang on, Nick,
Sorry,
real
go ahead,
quick.
Jake. And then we'll
I'm
look
gonna
at some statistics after that.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring in my economic hat. Okay. Someone in the chat just said it. The housing crisis we face.
I was just going to show
Okay.
that. That's what I was just gonna show.
I got one up too. I'm going to share mine. I'll share mine right quick. Okay. I want you to see this craziness. Wait, that's not it. Where's it at? Oh my God. I got too many windows open. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. So understand this, in about 2004-ish, the big hedge funds started buying houses. And they really started buying houses. And
like single family homes, right?
Single family homes, like whole tracts of Lennar homes. And so you see this chart and you're like, oh man, that's, what happened? Well, what happened was right in here, BlackRock bought everything.
That's
BlackRock,
crazy.
Vanguard.
So and that's the financial crisis right there.
That 100% is the financial crisis, because everything. So I don't argue with the investment. The investment is awesome, right? You buy a house, it then goes up, and then you sell it. It's an awesome investment for everybody. The problem is the artificial inflation that they caused by buying 5,000 houses in a neighborhood, selling. They paid $200,000 for the houses. They sold 3 in the neighborhood for $700,000.
That's crazy.
And then they revalued 5,000 houses.
The whole neighborhood now is revalued.
The whole
right?
neighborhood. So now we talk about inflation, but here's the problem that you have. If you take their 45% of inventory, which they own across the country, and flood it back into the market, you torpedo everybody's prices, right? So you can't, like, now the problem is like, shit, and they're talking about passing the bill. We know how it is to pass a bill against some of the 3 richest companies in the country. We know that bill ain't making it, right? The corporations cannot buy single family homes anymore. Well, we should have did that, 20 years ago, before the problem got to the point where it's at now, because that's something that, for the first time in the history of America, the prices of homes is above. To buy a house is more expensive than it is to rent.
Can I show you this? And
Go ahead.
This ties exactly into what we're talking about, and that is what we're talking about here now. This factors in. The number of U.S. home buyers has fallen to its lowest level ever recorded, below both 2008 and 1929. So to your point now, Jake, you have a system also where no one is buying that. That's not corporations. No one can afford to buy a home or is buying homes.
Right.
So
now you're in a situation, Jake, to where it's more expensive to rent, but they also can't buy. So
no, it's not. It's cheaper to rent. I'm going to give you an example.
Cheaper
Nate.
to rent. You're saying right now,
Cheaper.
currently. Oh, and that's
It's cheaper
probably
to rent.
that would make sense of why we're not seeing anyone buying homes.
And so I'm going to give you an example.
Yeah, I think it's the holding. It's the holding costs.
No, you're right. You're right.
It's the
You're right. That makes
taxes.
sense. That makes sense. What Jake's saying makes sense. With
this is a very. I'm going to give you a hard fact, and then I got to come back to this other thing about the Dow Jones, because someone said in the chat. I want to make sure I hit that one too. Okay, I got a brand new first lieutenant, second lieutenant in Camp Lejeune, wants to buy a house. Okay, the house is $400,000, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, not super expensive, but not super cheap. He can rent that same house. His mortgage is $3,300. He does the new instant program. He got 3 instants in there, charged him $1,000 a piece. They paid a mortgage. Okay, so he's doing okay. He can rent that same house for $1,800, Nate.
That's real cash.
4-bedroom,
Yeah.
3 baths, $1,800. I was shocked.
And his mortgage is $3,300 for the same house.
$3,300.
So
Okay.
I think too,
Wow.
got to discuss, and Jake, you know this, Nate, you know, in the audience, you all know this too. The discussion point is we're all thinking of is what about, you know, the equity build up, the debt pay down? What about the tax advantages? What about the, you know, ownership advantages? But when you do the math, like Jake is saying, if
That's
this is a
great. Those
business
numbers are
for
way
you,
too different.
yeah, if this is a business for you where someone's paying you to live in your place, now you're creating a business. But when you're there, this is all negative cash flow. Yeah,
Okay.
equity buildup is also
that's a
speculation.
great point, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben,
Yeah.
even in a business, I bought 3 houses in 2023. Okay. The housing association just got raised $150 a quarter.
That'll hurt you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was only making $50 a house.
Oh, wow.
Now I'm not making anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And the equity, they're building 10,000 houses in the next block.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Right.
so
supply. Yeah. Supply,
and
demand.
to Nate's point, no one's buying any houses. So
Yeah.
I'm looking, you guys know
Yeah.
I'm looking at electric company. The Austin has the lowest number of new house permits that they've ever seen.
Wow.
Like they were
Really?
blowing up. Yeah, Austin.
And
And they're
Austin's
built-
is like one of the craziest growing cities in
Yeah.
America.
It's a
It
good nice.
is.
Yeah.
Or was, let's say. I don't know what
It
it is
was.
now.
It ain't growing now, but the problem is
Okay.
you can rent a house for half the price you can buy one.
Wow.
Right. So there's gonna be no home ownership. So here's another point. Someone in the chat, I'm gonna change the direction a little bit. Someone in the chat's
Wow.
talking about the Dow is at the highest level ever. Okay. I encourage you to look at the totality of the Dow or the S&P 500. The S&P 500's gains, 90% of their gains over the last 10 years have been 7 companies, the Mag 7.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
true.
And when you look at it, like I want to say it's like 60 to 70% of the companies in the Dow Jones and the S&P actually have been declining in revenue, but the Mag 7 is doing so well. It's carrying
it props the entire S&P up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll do my little jump in for crypto here, and everybody can go nuts in the chat if they want but I just want to say, if you don't know about crypto, learn about it. Don't go in the stupid crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. That's what I would say. I just get to know it. I think in the future, this will allow you to get involved in part of the market that will build a new segment of the financial system. And I think, you know, you're also going to get to ride the coattails of an AI boom because they're hinged together. They're together. Love it, hate it, whatever you want. I'm just saying it's coming. It's here. And so it's good to learn about it. I'm not saying to put money into it yet, but learn about it.
Well, but Ben, I would say no. I would say it is actually, even if you're someone who, like me, I'm not a fan of crypto. Do I still want to have 5 to 10% of my investment equities in something like crypto? Yes. Why? Because to Ben's point, right? Like it's that, like real precious metals. That's another one, right? Why do I want to have about 15% of my
hang on,
equities in gold, right? That's the opposite sort of Bitcoin, right? Is because
it's smart.
But to your point, Ben, because what happens if I know Jake's freaking out, but like if right, that becomes the big boom, you do want to have some you know, some investments in these types of things, right?
And I just want to say, like,
but also don't put 90% of your investments in meme coins, right? Like,
and Nate, I'm glad you said
don't
because
do that. Right?
Yeah, for me, I was just like, well, I just want them to start to get to know about it. And if you have the ability to make some investment, do it smartly, do it small to start out. I mean, I just think that, again, like I said, there's a big tidal wave coming in, you know, and you want to be prepared for it, use it to your advantage.
You want to have exposure. You want to have exposure to
exposure. That's a good
a
way
lot
to
of
put it.
a lot of different things, right?
Yeah.
Precious
I'm
metals,
gonna say
Bitcoin, index funds, right? And then a little bit. And if you want to go crazy on tech stocks, like I'm not trying to give financial advice, but
no, exactly. But
it's not bad. I just don't like. I also don't want people to be like. You see the guys that are also like, I'm 100% in fucking Doge, and you're like,
that's what I'm saying.
Please don't do that.
And
You
listen,
know.
when you put that money in, just
I'm
be
triple
ready for
leveraged to Doge, and you're like, don't, please. Don't. Yeah.
All right, real world example, precious metals. Okay. I am 7 years old, 1977. My dad comes home with a 100-ounce bar of silver. Best investment in the world. Silver. Precious metals. I said, man, you spent he spent $2,600 on. I know the numbers, I'll explain it. So this silver bar floated around our house from 1977 to 2020.
A physical bar of silver, right?
A physical bar.
Okay, right. My dad's got a bunch too. So
it was lost. It was lost for like 15, 20 years. Okay.
what?
I'm sure this had to be a point of discussion. A lot of anger.
We're talking about like it just was lost. No, my mom didn't know where it was. No one knew where it was. Okay. So my mom got Alzheimer's. I had to take her, so I had to clean the house up.
Now this is a good reason. So
okay, right. So May of 2021, I had to clean the house up. So there was this awesome dresser, had a bunch of stuff in it. My niece was like carrying it. The bar of silver rolled out from inside of it somewhere. Okay.
20 years later, out of the sock drawer. Yeah,
right. It wasn't like it was a glass front dresser, like a kind of a display dresser thing. Like I don't know what you call it, but anyway. So the silver bar rolls out in its home. It's Crown Royal bag because that's what you do, right? You put the gold bar in a Crown Royal bag. So I'm like, oh shit, there it is, right? I've seen it for 40 years. I pulled it out. The receipt was in it. Okay, $2,300. Was what he paid for it in 1977. Okay. We're now in 2021. So I've got all this jewelry, gold. I just have all this stuff. And a jeweler shows up to my house to buy this aquarium sign from the Stilicum Aquarium 1920 that had been in our attic since I moved into the house when I was 6 years old. Okay. I got rid of fucking everything. That shit had been in our attic. It was fucking awesome. Old hand-painted sign, but it'd been in our attic for 50 fucking years. Okay, so I'm selling all this stuff. So anyway, the jeweler says, hey, bring everything down to my office. I'll buy it all. I go down there. He gives me, I get, I don't know, let's say $5,000 for all the jewelry. And then we get to the silver bar. I said, oh, man, how much is it worth? He goes, gets his calculator out. He's like, $2,720. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, $2,720. That's the spot price. It's 100 troy ounces of pure gold or silver. It's $2,720. I was like, are you shitting me? He goes, no, that's what's worth. I'm like, fuck it, write me a check. And so I'm going to put this in context for everybody on the channel. If my dad had just bought Walmart, if he had just bought 100 shares in pretty much any company in the S&P 500,
however,
Jake,
however, what was $2,700 of cash in 1970? How much would that be worth today?
Yeah. Okay,
that's a lot less. It's
worth nothing.
Yeah,
so
right.
The point of precious metals is not to beat the market, as you're explaining. The point of precious metals is that they never lose value. Well, if you had a gold bar in 1600 and you have it today, you would have a gold bar's worth of money, whereas a lot of that currency would have collapsed and would be worth fucking nothing today.
Yeah, and I think a couple things.
I would say that we have to be careful with precious metals because you're not supposed to be investing in precious metals of like, I'm gonna get fucking rich, baby.
Right. They're not the same too. Like silver's not the same as gold, and gold's had a big runs. But I think,
but to Jake's point, you're not wrong, right? Had you put $2,700 in IBM, that probably would be worth $1 million.
And I'll say too, and this is like dovetailing off you, Nate, too. Like I think if you put the 2,700 in an index fund, S&P 500 index fund, you protect yourself because
that's all exposure, I do now for the most part.
Yeah, because the automatic investing. So everybody out there, like again, not advice, but I'm just saying what I think works because I've seen it is automatic investing, dollar cost averaging.
Yep.
Invest a little bit every month. Forget
Warren
about it. Don't
Warren
touch
Buffett, if you know Warren Buffett, right? Like
yeah.
what you're explaining is Warren Buffett's
That's it. That's
investments, and there's
That's it.
Hang on.
It's tough to be unless you're Nancy Pelosi, right? Then
You have some insider information.
Here we go. This is gonna rock the house a little bit. Okay. $2,300 in 1979 is $12,600
in silver
Today.
No, just today. That's how much. Just the money. So basically, we lost
through inflation.
Through inflation,
Right,
we lost
You lost
$9,000
right?
by buying silver in 1977.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that I just had to have I got some fucking crazy ass personal examples.
No,
That's a great one.
That's actually not how that works, Jake. That's not how that works with precious metals. You're talking about fiat currency. Fiat currency versus precious metals is not the same.
I'm talking about that's how it worked, Nate. I fucking bought a bar of silver in 1977 for $3,000, and I sold it in 2021 for $2,700.
I mean, we could pull up data right now and just see like what the value of silver
that's what I'm looking at.
Because what you would have to see is you're going to see the value of silver barely moved for 40 years. That's what this argument is saying that. And I don't know enough to say yes or no. I know gold has gone up significantly since 40 years.
Gold hasn't went up that much.
Gold's gone up a ton. Yeah,
no, it has, dude. It definitely has.
It's gone up.
Listen.
Gold's way up. Gold and silver are both way up, especially in the last 2 years.
Listen, way up is relative.
Hold on.
It's
relative.
Hold
on. We can just fact check it. Just fact check it right now. Yeah, I mean,
I'm in it right now.
I mean, gold since 1977 has gone up.
I got it. I don't know what's wrong with my computer. My phone ain't working. Hang on. Here we go. So, all right, the bullion prices by the decade. Okay, let me see if I can pull this out on this live really quickly. Okay.
Yeah. So, Jake, I'm gonna have to shut you down here.
Go ahead.
So, had you invested $2,000 into physical silver in 1977, that would be worth $30,000 today.
Yeah, maybe you missed a zero there.
Yeah, I think you.
No.
I think you.
Or he got you. I don't know.
Go to 2021 because this is 2020.
Well,
go to 2020.
Well, it's not.
It hasn't fallen that much. It would have to go negative.
My point is, I think you're a little off on your math.
Yeah.
Silver and gold have both.
I was Dave.
So silver has 15x'd since 1977. Jake.
Hang on, dog.
Yeah.
I'm not. Either that, I'm gonna have to go kill this jewel.
Yeah, you'll find
Jake, trust me. Precious metals since 1977 have drastically. Gold is actually even more than that. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so here's
I might be wrong.
No,
I know this. I know where the jewelers are.
You are on this one.
Hey, and Nate, you're right. For gold, it's the same thing. It's gone up 12x, so it's a 1,100% gain, 1,100% gain. It's from 1977. It was 148 per ounce.
Yeah.
And 2021, Jake's time frame, it was 1,799 per ounce. And you have to imagine that from 21 to now, it's gone on a big bull run for a couple of years. It's
precious metals is crushing right now.
Yeah.
So what was the price? What was the price difference in 21, Ben?
For silver or gold?
Between 70s.
I just did gold.
Okay, hang on. I'll figure it out. We'll come back to this if
I'm
wrong. Wrong.
So Jake, listen. So in 1977. Silver was $4.62 an ounce in 1977. Today,
wait, hang on. Wait, what was it? $4 and what?
In 1977, silver was $4.62 an ounce. Today, it's $70 an ounce. So no. It's that's again. Anyway, Jake, it's okay. It's okay. Precious metals.
Fly back there and shake that guy down. Oh my soul.
Because if you're telling me it was
a little off.
If it was $4 an ounce, then
Jake,
my dad got ripped off. My dad. I'm saying my dad got ripped off because he paid $2,300.
Yeah, he did. Your dad got scammed hard.
That's where the skit,
which is a normal thing. They actually do this. The precious metal companies are notorious for scamming people. But,
then he got hit. So shit.
He did.
I retract my statement because my dad got hit over the head. Right? Like he should have paid $400 for that bar of silver.
Right.
but I have the receipt that said he paid $2,300 for it. So
maybe he
we rest
shaved
our
it down
case.
over time. Maybe he was shaving part of it off.
He was
You know?
clipping his coins.
He's
dude.
shaving
Jake,
What?
Jake, that's your people clipping coins.
No, they're all white. This is all the whole white side of my family. Nate.
Oh, it's the okay.
Yeah, no Jews in this side of the family. Like, yeah, like.
All right, we're gonna get shut down. We gotta.
No, we won't. We won't. We're good. Like this is legit. So now I'm sweating because I'm like, oh my god,
Someone's gonna die like a month later. This jeweler's gonna get like.
My dad paid $2,300 for something that was worth $400.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
No, he did. I got the receipt. I know the numbers.
Well, maybe
But
something else
that's
was
awesome.
going on. Maybe there were 2 bars there. You know, maybe there were 2 bars or 3. You don't know. You know what I mean? It might have been.
I had the receipt, bro. It says 100-ounce bar of Troy silver. Like
Interesting,
Anyway.
man. Interesting.
anyway, they come in 100 ounce. It's 100 ounce. So anyway, all right.
That's fun. That was actually
We've been
fun.
right,
That was,
we've
a,
been
that was actually
wrong.
that was a fun
was-
fun ride we went
Well,
on
we
together.
all learned
I
something
was
too. It's
pissed,
good.
bro. I was pissed, but now it makes sense. My dad got. So
Well, when Jake was like, silver hasn't increased at all in 50 years. I'm like,
Yeah, I was just like, all right, well,
wait a second.
yeah.
hey, we're all
Yeah.
wrong. Hey, I'm not too American to say I was wrong.
Right.
But I did
No,
learn
no.
something today. My dad got screwed in 1977. Got screwed hard.
Oh, you know
No.
what? Here's what's hilarious from
Oh, yeah.
Anchorman here. It says, this is actually false. Did you know that? This
Mm.
is false. No, and let me explain. Actually, that is something that has decreased in price. over
Interesting.
time.
Yeah, it
just
has.
like and you know what else has? Televisions, computers,
Yep.
phones. All of these things have actually decreased in price over the last 23 to 30 years. And
Very interesting.
white powdered substances is actually something that has gone down in price over the last 40 years.
They've
Isn't
got, all
that
these,
wild?
they've got all these crazy
Here we
synthetic
go.
things
Here-
out there now too.
Here
That's-
we go.
yeah, that's-
1981.
and less people are partaking in stuff like that.
Yeah.
In modern, compared to the 80s, right?
Right.
1981. Hang
Insane.
on. 1981. Okay. $400. 1994, it was all the way down to $80, and that's where my chart starts. It don't help me. I need a
Interesting.
bigger
that great?
chart.
Yeah.
That's one of those that. Hey,
Super
not
yeah.
that-
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
partake in that myself anymore because I'm 40 and old. But
And here's another thing, because this is crazy. The purity has went from basically down there in the gutter to
Mhm.
absolutely almost straight pure. So
Yeah.
like the quality of the product has went way up and the price
Mhm.
has come way down.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Hey, thank you, cartels. You're doing something great for the country, at least. Probably not good though, right? That's
yeah,
like
right.
maybe that being cheaper and better is probably not the best thing for us.
Yeah.
So
also,
hey,
right?
here's something for you guys. The war on drugs decreased the price in America.
Yeah, they did.
The whole
Yeah,
the whole
we
war
spent-
on drugs.
We probably spent trillions of dollars to lower the cost.
The
Yeah, that
lower
makes
the
no
cost.
sense. That makes no
No.
sense, actually.
Because
That
I
makes
was
no
in the
sense.
Pentagon. I was in the Pentagon. We were looking at the war on drugs, and we were looking at polio vaccine as ways to
Did you
fight
do it?
terrorism.
You didn't do a tour in the Pentagon, did you?
No, I was a consultant. I was a consultant in J5
okay,
Special
okay.
Operations or Future
Okay.
Plans for like I don't know
Is
9
that-
months.
Is that not the most American government thing ever, though? Is like waging an entire war on drugs just to make the cost of drugs cheaper and the purity better?
Right.
That's
Capitalism,
the
my
They
dude.
insane we
forced
got.
innovation. They forced innovation.
Forced innovation.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's crazy.
hey, good job, guys. We did it.
Right.
Hey, I just want to tell y'all this bar of silver got me messed up, and I want to call my dad, but he's dead. I
Well-
wanna be like,
you know, no. I was even if he was alive, I'd be like, don't let him know.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
let
yeah.
him.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
He's gonna go back
dog,
to
it makes sense though, because when that dude told me $2,700, I almost lost my mind. But now it makes sense. I'm like, there it is. There it is. But
Wow.
now I'm gonna have to go see me a witch and see if I can go talk to the dead people and have a conversation with them. Be like, what the fuck were you doing?
Yeah.
All right,
don't
I
know,
think we
man.
did it. That's
We got it. We
This has been
hit
a
it
fun
all.
episode, man.
Yeah.
Aaron missed a fun one on this tonight. So
Yeah.
I hope you guys are having fun. All right, let's you guys want to jump into super chats?
Let's do it,
and,
man.
And
Let's
knock
hit
these out.
Let's hit them.
All right. Thank you, Miss Sherry. I'm just gonna read them, guys. Some of them are for all of us.
Sounds good. Sounds
but
good.
That's the easiest way to do it.
Yep.
I'll say one for somebody else.
For sure.
Bobby says the Valhalla Hunter Biden interview is a must watch. Incredible job, Nate. Thank you, Bobby. It actually was super fun. I know a lot of people are mad at me on the right that I had the audacity to do the interview, but I'd encourage you to watch it. There's a lot of like really, I think, impactful stuff. We talked about addiction. We talked about overcoming addiction, trauma, tragedy, all sorts of different things that we can all relate to. So thank you. This one for you guys. Oh, for Jake.
I got it. All right. Captain Bissett is awesome. He runs RDAC up in Connecticut. He has a massive amount of pull, but it's not the pull that gets you to be an officer within the Marine Corps. He don't have no pull in the Marine Corps. Force Recon. No,
this is you guys.
Okay, listen. I thought it was about SEALs. Captain Bissett, he probably has a little bit of understanding, but he don't have no pull in the Marine Corps. All of his pull is with NSW, Naval Special Warfare, but he is going to get you ready because he has like 4 SEALs that work his compound, and you're going to spend half your day in the YMCA pool up there. He's going to have you ready for training and selection, and he knows what it looks like when you're ready.
All right. Okay, I got Jules turned on now. So I figured out how to turn my Jules on, guys.
What's
so
a Jules?
What is it?
Have you guys haven't turned on Jules?
I've got it turned on. I just don't know what they are.
Yeah. So I think the way it works, so it says GOAT trophy. We can't see this on StreamYard, but like they can donate and it like the icons pop
the
up.
GOAT pops up, yeah.
It does cool stuff, right? So I finally turned it on, guys. I finally figured out how to turn it on. Uncle Nate figured out how to turn it on before the shows. So I did it.
That's awesome.
So thank you guys. I appreciate it. This one's for Jake as well here, I think. But it's to me. It says for Nate, did you consider USMS SOG after SF? Good question here. What appealed to you most about them, and at CQB, how legit are they compared to SIF and CRIF team? So United States Special, or I'm assuming you mean Marshals, right? Marshal Special Operator Group. U.S. Marshal Special Operator Group. One of my good buddies is actually an instructor over there. I did not consider it, no. When I retired out of the military, I medically retired because I was so effed up from a military freefall accident that basically had to have both my shoulders put back on my body. So I was pretty much done with that. However, they are not at the level of, let's say, Delta or DevGru, but I would say your special your federal marshals, SAW groups, your FBI, HRT teams, they're pretty high. They're pretty high. I would put them probably in the realm of like Green Beret or Navy SEAL CQB, MARSOC
so
CQB,
Nate,
probably.
Is this a fair statement to say, because I know the HRT teams is pretty much 90%
most
Delta
of the time, yeah.
Dev, Ranger?
Well, not Delta Dev, no, but Rangers, MARSOC, SEALs, Green Berets. You got a lot of tier 2 guys, primarily tier 2. Like the tier 1 guys are most likely doing like the Joe Kent route, going CIA paramilitary and stuff like that. It is, I mean, the reality is, I hate to say that we're tier 2 guys, but it's.
I just saw something in the comments is pretty funny.
What's that?
Swag investments. Buy high, sell low, or something like that.
Buy high, sell low.
Hey, throw all the knives, bro.
Buy high, sell low.
You can't cut me.
I didn't mean to be cracking up. You're talking about like Delta and SEALs. I'm like cracking up.
That's actually funny.
You can't cut me any more than I've cut myself on tonight's thing over the silver bar.
Oh my god. Swag investments. Okay. Anyway.
I'm literally crying right now. So funny.
That's super funny. I wish I would have seen that one. But anyway, yeah, they're good. Like guys, when you're talking about, your federal marshal special operator group and FBI HRT, these guys are they're taking it just the high level, same high level as special operators, man. These guys are good. They're good. And a lot of them are former special operators. So Jenks, 10 VFT memberships. Thank you so much, Jenks. Make sure you guys, if you got a membership, use those emotes and thank Jenks for that. Appreciate it. What do you think about John Cullen? I really liked him until he blocked me and called me a moron because I asked what if Trump's ear wasn't actually shot. Now I'm not sure what to think. I don't know John Cohen. Sorry.
I don't know.
Do you guys know John Cohen?
No, I don't.
Chat. If none of us know who he is?
I don't know.
I don't know. If he was that upset about something you said about
that's weird.
That's pretty weird. I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't get that emotional over that.
I mean, I would say you're not an idiot for asking a question. That's, that might have been a game changer, the event you're talking about. So,
yeah, I don't know. None of us know. Thank you, though. I have positive evidence that Private Pickles loves to eat pickles for the shape and the texture. He especially loves the veiny ones. If you guys aren't, I don't know if you guys are tracking. Did you guys watch the great debate, Candace Owens versus Andrew Wilson?
No.
So in that debate, the colloquial sniper, that's what he's being called, Andrew Wilson.
Oh, okay. This is what this is. Okay.
Claimed he was an Army sniper. Turns out he never served in the Army at all. A lot of soul and valor there, as far as we can tell.
What?
Also claimed he was a master gunsmith. And then in that debate, tries to tell Candace Owens that a core lock round, like a soft point hunting round, is a frangible round. And that's obviously not true. And then he also says that core locked rounds or soft point rounds can disintegrate midair after being shot. So we're talking about this 30-06 round.
Right.
Wow.
That if you shoot it, sometimes this giant 30-06 round will just disintegrate into air. And that's
what?
Right. I know you guys don't know what I'm see. So the chat that's following this story watches both your reactions as dudes that and they would see a little Marsoc dude be like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like what's he talking about?
Nobody knows. But anyway, that's
I'm still amazed that there are actually these people out there that like they pretend there's something like not like a little bit, not like I'm 1 degree different. No, like I'm
Ben your face when I was explaining that.
That's crazy to me. It's crazy. I don't understand it. It's like you're calling a horse a pig. You're like, no, it's a pig. And you're like, no, dude, everyone knows it's a horse. Like, what's wrong?
Yeah, no, this 30-06 round, it just disintegrates in midair when you shoot it. Duh,
yeah.
Dude.
Exactly.
Right? You know how often,
and it doesn't have an exit wound either.
Well, it doesn't have an exit wound because it never made it there. It just broke up in the middle of the air. It's a Fugazi. It's a Fasuzi.
I was watching something the other day.
You know how many 308 or 300 Win Mag rounds you shot out there that just never made it to the target?
Right.
That's what he tried.
They didn't make it.
This doesn't even make any sense.
Anyway, so sorry guys. Hopefully that gives some context. I know you guys,
but that's everybody. But it's interesting. But seeing how you cover so much of this, like I realize there's like a lot more to this than I know. That's for sure for this whole thing. So
here's an idea. We flip the tax code and pay more towards states than the federal government. Blue states get their Medicare and red states could pay more towards state guard instead of the National Guard. I'd rather not pay more taxes to anybody in general.
I think they should do away with tax and simply tax the businesses. So do you know Ross Perot is running on this?
Jay, I've never heard anybody bring this one up before.
If you just tax the businesses, you basically could put. I believe the number is like 3 years. You could wipe out.
Isn't that how it was? Isn't that how it was before, like 1913? There was
no. It was 1956, I believe, is when the tax code came into place. It was late.
World War II. After World War II, then.
After World War II, we started paying tax. No one was paying taxes before that because if you remember, the whole fucking country was founded on no fucking taxes.
No taxes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so but here's the deal. The corporations aren't paying taxes.
Yeah, that's true.
And so if we just tax the corporations, we wouldn't have to pay tax. We'd be the richest country in the world by a mile. But
I like that idea.
To your point with the K economy, the rich people are staying richer and the poor are getting poor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point, right? Like the top end of the K is going to go, fuck that, Jake. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it might have something there. I
have not heard anybody bring that one up before. I'd have to actually think through that. I think you probably onto something good there. My big one is, and let me know what you guys think. I don't think your first 100,000 in income should not be taxed for all Americans, because already Americans making less than 100,000 pay like 3% of the total taxes.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
it's almost negligible. So, but also not taxing those Americans would have a huge positive effect on their life, right? Not having that $10,000-$15,000 taken out of their check would be massive for them. It would have almost no negative impact. So I kind of like the idea of,
if what you say is true,
and that's
that sounds
everybody,
pretty
whether
good.
you're Bill Gates or you're somebody who makes less than 100,000, your first 100,000 income is completely untaxed. I think that would be a good way to do it.
I mean, it sounds from what you're saying pretty good.
Someone just said this. I'm going to talk about this real quick. So someone said we need to tax the billionaires more. You guys are missing the point. The billionaires aren't the problem. It's the companies they're running are the problem.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
So when you talk about the billionaires, like, yeah, they got money, but like taxing them more does not help the general population.
Well, it's also all tied up in equities. So it's like almost impossible to figure out.
Yeah, but I mean, shit, you over there in crazy land. You're in Oregon. You know about the rich people tax that they're trying to propose.
Oh, yeah.
Like, rich people are smart. They didn't get rich being dumb.
Everybody, like, all the super wealthy left California, went to Florida.
Wait.
Well, but to Jake's point, they also have accountants, and they know how to get know how to get around all this.
So my boy is the head of the Senate in Washington State. My boy Bernard runs the Senate building. He was in a meeting and said this exact quote. You guys do understand they're just going to move out of Washington State. No, they have $1 billion deficit because Jeff Bezos moved out of Washington State, and now all of the loony bin Seattle Democrats are losing their minds because they have $1 billion deficit because he's not paying. He lives in Florida now.
He's like, because the same.
But
thing,
to your point,
they proposed that for
his
California.
Company is not paying fucking taxes.
Yeah,
and that's
so here's one of the biggest rifts that I think, like, it's not a hard problem to solve. So they all have a shell corporation. Let's say in Turks and Caicos, one of those Caribbean Cayman Islands, and they don't have corporate tax, they don't have personal tax. So they set up a shell corporation over there, and then all revenue that they make in America goes to that shell corporation as a marketing or management payout. And then they simply write a loan from that company, put it right back in America. They take a loan from that company. So we're not even talking about hard stuff. We're just talking about like, look, the corporations aren't paying their fair share.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. But we got to get somebody in there that the tax code also is so convoluted and complicated on purpose. So that the poor people can't afford to figure it out, and the wealthy people can pay, accountants on how to do it. So.
Okay, Nate. So we go to the next tax bracket. What about 15% flat tax for everybody?
I do like a flat tax idea. I would say 15% flat tax after your first 100,000.
That's fine. You want to put a ceiling on it? That's fine. Or a cap on a floor? That's fine. Because
you're going to pay. I do like a flat.
You're going to do the same thing. You're going to do the same thing with the deficit. You'll be able to pay the deficit off in like 6 years with a flat tax.
Yep. No, I do like a flat tax idea.
The 40 trillion. The 40 trillion.
So
eventually, I think we'll make it like a movement towards it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we're only able to pay interest payments right now.
Barely able to pay interest.
Barely doing that. I don't know if we're gonna come up with a great solution in 15 minutes, but
hang on. Our GDP.
Probably not.
I want you guys to hear these numbers because I think it's important. Our GDP right now is $32 trillion a year. Okay. So when you start talking,
it's less than our debt. We're at what, 100
underwater
20-something%.
But if you
GDP right now,
but
which isn't the worst compared to a lot of countries.
It's not that bad. It's terrible, but it ain't crushing. Okay.
But we're headed there to bad.
Well,
we're on our way to.
Well, I mean,
bad.
so I think part of this comes back into the whole crypto thing, and like one of the things we're doing with stable coins is we're trying to create a U.S. dominated asset, so we retain the world reserve currency, which has the velocity of money to reach a farmer in Thailand. Whereas they don't want to hold money anymore. They don't hold dollars because dollars can be devalued, dollars can be blocked, can be sanctioned. But now if we have it tied up in the stable coin with technology, internet-based technology, everybody can get it. And also, if you're holding notes against us for debt, the debt is worth less. This is part of the reason people are all flipping out about the stablecoin thing. I mean, not in our country, but Russians, China, because the debt they hold isn't going to be worth as much. So I mean,
It's
to your point, we're
no,
not
Ben,
making
you're
as
right,
much.
because we've talked about this before. Stage 6 of the fall of empires is losing the world's reserve currency.
Yeah.
And if America could find a way to transfer the ownership of the world's reserve currency from the dollar to a stable coin, and we still maintain control of that, that would be the ideal outcome.
Right.
How that works, I'm not
right.
smart.
And then they're all left clutching the dollars, going, "Damn you!" You know.
Isn't there a theory that we're trying to do all of this so
there
that we
is,
can get out of paying the $40 trillion in debt?
That's it. That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
I don't know.
Hey, man,
I'm nowhere near
listen.
smart enough to know.
Listen,
how any of
I'm
that
not
shit
either.
works.
I'm just.
I'm saying that you're gonna hear it here because I'm gonna say what I want to say, and this is why everybody looks at us like we're fucking complete assholes in the rest of the world. We owe the world $40 trillion, and we're like, yeah, fuck you. We're gonna claim bankruptcy and put in stablecoin. Oh, it's all gone. Magic.
I mean, there's that, and then there's then people would say also, well, it's innovation. We're providing a new service. It's still US. It's still USDT. It's still US, stablecoin. But I hear what you're saying. I heard this. I was like, seriously, this is pretty diabolical, man. I mean, and even the Russians. I've seen like the Russians
also
saying that's what
they're
doing.
Hey, good job on the super chat, because you just got. Anytime you can get a 10-minute conversation off one super chat, that's a banger super chat. So good job to Jenks. All right, let's keep moving. For one of you guys, which software unit produces most aggressive officers? All right, well, we'll let the officers take that. It ain't Green Berets, because our officers typically are very like laid back, chill.
I'm gonna go out on the limb.
I would say
go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say for Green Berets. I mean, I've worked with Green Beret officers, and in combat,
we're a very diplomatic, professional organization for
sure. And I mean, a guy who I really had a lot of respect for, and I would say probably I thought was going to be like a lifelong friend. Unfortunately, got killed in combat on a mission. And Mike Tarlovsky from 5th Group, and I thought he was fantastic, man. He was aggressive, smart, everything you said, but also aggressive too. So my experience was they were fantastic. I mean, Marine Raider officers.
Fantastic. Don't get me wrong, fantastic. But the question is aggressive officer.
Yeah, he seemed aggressive, but I mean, I think for bias for action, I mean, definitely Marine Raiders are right up there. SEAL officers, I think it's dyed in the wool for them. I don't know, Jake, that's your world, but I mean, for me, I've worked in combat with enlisted SEALs in my raid force, stuff like that. But I think I think there are a lot of everyone has their people that are good. I mean, I don't know if it's
especially in special operations. Everybody's pretty legit.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the fucking teetotalers for the most part are pussies. Okay. And in our communities, we have some stalwart dudes that are savages, but I don't think you can just say anyone. Now, the only place I would even say it in the Ranger bat, right? Like the Ranger bat.
No, here's what I would say. This is most aggressive officers, because
that's what I'm saying.
Most aggressive. But get that fucking E5 Ranger, dude. And that bulldog, a
Marine.
But
I'm saying, Nate, is I'm saying all the officers are teetotalers for the most part.
But that's not his question. His question is
it is the question. What SOF has the most aggressive officers? I'm saying none of them. There's exceptions to that rule.
That's fair.
Okay.
I'm the only listed dude here, so I'll be like, yeah, you guys.
I mean, I don't know. I would disagree with you, Jake, on that. I don't think you can lead from the rear.
You think there's a service in SOF that has
no, I didn't say that's not the question. I said I just don't agree. I don't think you can lead from the rear. I
love to see the officers arguing.
Yeah,
Go ahead, boys. Get them.
I think that I think the question itself, the most aggressive, I think, you want to look at like what's the most effective. Flip this on its head. Like why do you want them to be the most aggressive? What does that mean? Maybe you could get, in the infantry, they're supposed to be aggressive, and I don't know if that's always the best thing. Like, you know what I mean? I think you want to have the right balance, be aggressive when you need to be. But if you're being aggressive, just be aggressive. Your guys are gonna be like, let's calm this junior down. Like, what do you? Or if you're a senior guy, they're gonna be like, he's a lunatic. He's very, he's vetted, he's experienced, and he's a nut job. Going to get us killed. Like, what are we doing right now? So,
the most aggressive dude I've seen, Mr. Winters over there at SEAL Team 4, put like 12 dudes in the hospital with hypothermia in a swamp in North Carolina. And
is that what you want? Is that what you write? That's
but I'm
right.
just saying.
No, right.
That's a dev group Michigan wrestler, right? And then fired the OIC, and then told the command, if anybody got a problem with it, I'll meet you outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, there's exceptions, right? Like, I just think it's hard to say what soft unit has the best officers that are.
I agree, and I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, Jake. But like, yeah, I think you got to flip the question around a little bit.
It's your E5 enlisted bulldog, bro.
100%.
If you want the most
Marine
aggressive
Marine
Corps E5 fucking bulldog, dude. That's
no questions asked. Marine
Yeah.
Corps. Take that fucking hill. Take that street.
Yeah,
they're fucking
that's
running into the
100%
bullets
true.
like they're fucking free.
And probably the same thing with the Rangers too, I'd imagine, or 82nd. But you know,
100%.
the thing is, their mission, the Marine Rifle
Ranger
Squad,
team leader, dude. Oh god,
the mission of the Marine Corps Rifle Squad to close with and kill the enemy by firing close combat. Any questions, right? I mean, that's it. So.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, those are the most aggressive for sure. All right, great question. Ruby for one of you guys. Oh, for all of us. For Zway,
hey,
for
awesome.
Ben.
Thank you, Ruby. Appreciate it.
Ruby, thank you so much.
We
Thanks,
doing
Ruby.
something good. Doing something good.
Jank says, I talk to my boss with all my heart. We constantly fight on the job site, not in front of customers. Ooh, that's a big one. That's important. That's military too, right? Military leadership. Do not fight in front of your subordinates. Ooh,
Yep.
Team leader, like team daddy, team sergeant, team leader, fighting in front of the boys. That's
Not
never a
Not
good
good.
thing. Yeah. All right. Based Mama Bear. I like that one. Some claim there's no evidence Core-Locked was used for a standard soft point round. I don't know much about the stuff. How did you come to decide on using that type of round? Apologies if you answered this before. Because the prosecution told us that and showed us the rounds in the evidence hearing. So I was able to look at them. Me and other experts were able to look at the actual rounds and go, oh, that's a Remington Core-Locked 150 grain soft point round. So they showed us that. They showed us the actual evidence in the hearing. So that's how we were able to figure that out, because they told us, right? And they actually showed us the round. So yeah, that's the best way. Corey, thank you so much for those 10 VFT memberships. Very generous, bro. Also, make sure you thank Corey and feel free to use those emotes. How do you always get such handsome, actually hot guys on your show? We do. Well, you know,
Listen,
Nate Love Your Channel,
Nate,
watching from Las Vegas, because all my friends are, you know, actual grown masculine men, and you know, so I do. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little gay, right? All my friends are super jacked and good looking.
Nate, listen. I
just surround myself with jacked, good looking men.
Listen, she ain't talking about you and I, Nate. Let's just be honest.
No, she's talking about Ben and Heavy Duty Country. So
there you go.
Heavy Duty Country ain't even here, and he's beating us.
Yeah, he's another. So I had a show with him last night. So he's another one where the ladies are like, "Is he single?" Somebody said,
he's
I saw
6'4" years. I mean, he's 6'4". Like, he's huge.
Yeah, we're the same size, but he's about 20 pounds even bigger than I am.
Wait. How tall are you?
A little, about 6'3". He's
okay.
Actually, hold on. I actually have a picture of us all together. I'll show you.
So I'm 5'7", Nate. So everybody taller than me is just big. You know what
I bet we do have actually a picture with me, you, and him, because we were all hanging out before.
Maybe.
Let me show you a picture of this is my favorite. My favorite picture is me, Jesse on Fire, and Heavy Duty Country together. So this is us at my birthday.
He's a big dude now.
That's Dan. That's me. So everybody laughs at Jesse and says he's our little brother. Jesse is 5'10", 205 pounds.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he's probably still a big guy. It's just you guys are like offensive linemen, tight ends, you know.
Yeah, but that's why we love to. Me and Dan love to share that picture of Jesse, to be like, look at Jesse, look at our little brother, and he's like, I'm 5'10", 205 pounds, you dickheads.
He's like, get out of here, Aaron, get over here, take a picture with me.
Aaron's huge too. Have you seen Aaron lately, Ben?
Oh, I got a picture of me and Aaron together.
No, but I don't think Aaron's not like 6'3" like these guys, though, right?
Hold on, I'll show you me and Aaron together. Aaron's probably, looking great though, dude.
He's probably 5'11".
Yeah, I was gonna say, these guys are 6'4", 6'3".
That's me and Aaron
critters
right there.
Okay,
that's great. That's a great pick.
Yeah. He's probably about 6 foot 5'11".
Yeah, he's about 6.
Yeah.
I think he's about 6'2", 220.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway,
He's a
yeah,
good
Aaron's
dude,
looking
man.
great too, man.
That's
Aaron's
great.
the reason why I quit drinking, because I saw
That's
I
great.
saw pictures of Aaron and I'm like, God, you were so shredded. And he's like, yeah, I don't drink.
Makes a huge difference.
I'm
Makes a
like, that's
huge
all you got to
difference.
do?
Makes a huge difference for sure.
Let's go.
All right, anyway.
That's awesome,
yeah, I got a bunch of hot friends, a bunch of hot dude friends.
Hey, groupies, baby, bring out the groupies.
The
I want to
groupies.
remind everybody we love groupies. Maybe
You
not
know,
Ben and Nate, but I'm telling you,
I remember in the
life
war
is
room,
awesome.
Jake could
Problem
always
is,
say
guys,
this.
now is now my stuff gets clipped a lot, right? And I see it on the internet, so I'm gonna find that clip later of me
Yeah, for
talking
sure.
about
Groupies,
how
we
hot
love-
and sexy my friends are. You're gonna be like, look at Nate, gay Nate, talking about his hot friends again.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
All right, Jake says if she's to the point of writing love letters, you know she's huffing. Okay, I'm not reading the rest of that. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is for one of you guys. Oh, this is for Ben. If you want to read that one.
Ben, I'd take you out for lunch if I met you, but all I can give you are to eat are these crayons. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. You know, they have in the PX, they had chocolate crayons for Marines.
That's funny.
Did they really?
That's a
They
good
did.
gift.
It was like a gift.
Funny gift.
Yeah, it's
I
a
gotta
Marine
find-
Corps PX, you know.
Let me see if I can order some. Let me go see. I'm gonna go find
That's
some of
funny.
those.
You got to do it.
She's Mossad to remind Trump, you know what, who has a file. Maybe. I don't think so. She doesn't. She just kind of. Natalie Harp rings like psycho girl to me, like on her own accord. You know what I mean? Maybe she is, but like she gives like just kind of the.
It's
she's
just, yeah.
a little crazy on her own accord. Harp's letter sounds like she's kissing ass to be sure she keeps her position, and
That's
she
it.
has a lot
I
of
think
people.
so.
There we go. This is what
I
was
think
talking.
so for sure. Yeah.
Yep. Jenks says the people around Trump aren't telling the emperor he has no clothes because they are the ones that sold him. Excuse me, the new robe.
Mm.
He's a puppet at this point. He does what Uncle BB commands. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that simple. That he's definitely influenced by. But I don't know, man. I don't know what you guys think. It's just obviously he's not doing what he campaigned on. Why is that? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Is it blackmail? Is it threats? Is it because this is
hubris.
just who he is? Is it hubris? Is
I
it
think it's
ego?
hubris. Yeah, I think hubris, and I just, I think when I had Admiral Studeman on, he was the former director of intelligence, ONI, Office of Naval Intelligence, and he said, BB sold him a bill of goods. This is high level, one of the highest level intelligence officers in our country, and I was like, honestly, I was sitting there. And I can say this because it's public.
Wow.
It's there. I thought, wow,
Right.
okay, this is coming from like a real dude. We're not like we're just here talking about it. I said, okay, well, and then hubris combined with hubris. I think here we are. So,
and I mean, like Joe Kent also said the exact same thing.
Did he?
So
Did
I
he?
would
Okay.
assume, as
Interesting.
what your
yeah, what's
force
what
you were
the
just
admiral
referencing said the
Yeah.
exact same thing. So I would
Wow.
assume
Wow.
when enough highly respected people tied into that have
Correct.
the same
Yeah,
narrative, typically that's probably
there's a good chance.
pretty
it's true.
likely.
Yeah.
Bobby says maybe in dude's head he thinks it's his daughter. Kind of worried about his mental acuity lately. I don't know. It is weird. He's obviously very attached to her too. Like you can't downplay that, right? Like she's at his hip at all time. So he also loves loyalty, and maybe her psychotic loyalty.
For
and
sure.
Like, she probably is telling him how amazing he is all day long.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's some of that too.
I agree.
She's really good.
Oh God, Jake. All right, I'm not reading that one out either. All right, but thank you so much. Come on, she's there to doctor and send intel to you know where. I mean, maybe. I mean, I think they probably have better ways to get that information than Natalie Harp, but maybe. Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it. Some jewels. Thank you, Diane. Some more jewels. Thank you so much, guys. We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen. I mean, not until we're out of this fucking conflict and we turn the world's oil back on. There's no way. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Unless they bring the
Maybe.
spapeships out, like Nate says, then we'll see.
Hey, listen,
Or like
bring
Jake
the
says. Sorry, Jake. Like
Jay,
Jake
Jay,
says.
I'm
I knew-
signing the asteroid diamonds.
Right.
No, I mean all we got to do is go to free energy, and then we'll crush. But they're never going to let us do it because
But they gotta
rich
bring the
people make all
spaceships
their
out
money
for
with
that.
gold.
To your
I mean,
point.
on the oil is basically the commodity. We would crush a bunch of economies, It's all money.
Mhm.
It's all money, bro. Like, we got spaceships, man. We've had them
That's
for a
why
long time.
every time the dude who figures out how to make a car run on water just happens to just
Bang.
yeah, just every
Well,
time.
I mean, you know, and even though like we're laughing, kidding, we're not. I mean, there was
No,
the
kinda
guy
being
Dylan.
serious also,
Yeah,
yeah.
the guy from I did all the UAP live streams, all the UAPs, did all the videos on him. I know you guys looked it up. I was really into all that stuff. One of these guys, his first name's Dylan. He said to these journalists, he said, "Look, you know, they're like trying to get rid of people, silence them, intimidate you. They're killing 14
Yeah.
scientists have disappeared."
Yeah,
you
we
know?
talked about that on
Yeah.
our first episode together.
But he
yeah.
said the same thing. He said it's not the value of the craft, it's the energy source. And they said, "You
Mhm.
mean?" He goes, "Yes, big oil, like everything would be gone." He said this. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't
think
me making it
about
up.
how much money like the power establishment would lose, Ben. If
I would
oil
argue
just
that
It
no
would flip the
longer
world
was
order.
required.
Yeah.
if
But
oil
think about the Middle East.
disappeared,
Yeah.
hang on,
Saudi Arabia is no
Yeah.
longer a country
agree.
because
hang on, we're in
I
2000.
agree, Nate. Yeah. Right.
Hang on.
They'd be like, "Well,
I-
wait, we have this oil. We have this black stuff. Want some?" Like, yeah, no, not really.
I'm gonna come
Yeah.
back and answer that question because I want to know the answer. So let me go dig in it.
Yeah,
and I'm
dig
gonna
in,
come back
dig
and
in.
answer
Good.
that question.
all right, we got some jewels. I'll keep going while you're looking that one up. Thank you. People are asking me, please, Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. Yeah, that quote's not doing well. Bobby says, move them down to South Texas to help Elon. Maybe his SpaceX stock will improve. Yeah, SpaceX struggling. I think he's
Is it
lost
struggling?
$700 billion. $700 billion.
Oh, that's right.
But he's also worth 675-ish billion still. So I mean,
Not making it on the show till he gets back up
Oh,
to
no.
1T, right, Nate?
oh,
He's not coming
no.
on.
Yeah.
He's not-
Elon's not going to be a guest on the show till he gets his shit together.
Yeah, jeez.
I don't want any fucking brokies on this
Exactly.
show. Elon. Get out of here.
Oh my God.
This is for you, Ben.
Yes, Colonel Pappas. It's time for you to pull a General Hummel and gather your force recon butts. Yes, I like this. And refresh the
The Tree
something
of Liberty.
of New York. Okay. Yep.
Tree of
New York.
Liberty. Yeah.
Okay. We ask you to keep the thing pointed at our close friend. Got you. I like that movie a lot. And I'm going to tell you guys a very funny story. I'm walking in to watch The Rock, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm watching The Rock, going in to watch The Rock, and walking
That's
out.
with Nicolas Cage and Sean
Yeah.
Connery, right?
This
Yeah.
is where
And Alcatraz,
The
my dude,
SEALs-
Alcatraz.
Yeah.
this is where our brother
Great
SEALs,
movie.
not observing proper tactics, decide to, gather up down the low ground. Force recon, of course, is up in the high ground, calls down, holding down, they're drawing down on them, and Hummel starts shooting away. And so I'm walking in, and walking out is my buddy Brian Bennett, who's a SEAL admiral right now, right? He was like JSOC commander, all this stuff like that. He's legitimate badass. He and I were deployed out there together, and both doing raids and everything. He's walking out. He goes, "Pappas, it'll never happen. Never happen." I had no idea what he was talking about. Then I saw the movie where the Force Recon Marines destroy all the SEAls. And so it's always been a pretty funny scene. But
All right. You good, man?
I'm good, dude.
Okay, here we go.
I just got to talk about Force Recon.
No,
destroying the SEAls,
absolutely.
so.
Killing it, bro. Oil directly attributes 2.5% of the global GDP. 2.5%. I
world.
was shocked too. Hang on.
I figured it'd
Hang
be higher
on.
than that.
Hang on. That's the actual oil. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It
All the
enables
byproducts. Right.
It enables 97.5% of the economic activity in the world.
97. Yeah, that actually makes
That's the
sense,
number
right?
we were looking for right there.
Transportation,
97.5%.
petroleum, everything. Yeah, the byproducts.
How important is it?
It's everything.
And I tell you tomorrow we could turn it off.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
No,
so the
no.
whole world's gonna flip now.
Right.
But the enabling is that just from logistics? A lot, not just, but a lot from logistics, right?
A lot of. Oh, I'd say
logistics.
huge percentage.
Hang on,
Huge
hang on.
percentage. Yeah.
Raw
Yeah.
commodity, primary energy source, global transportation and logistics. Okay. Another pillar is basically raw materials because it's a huge factor in plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So plastic,
I mean, petroleum's in
lubrication,
fucking everything.
Yeah.
it's in everything. So Basically, but like they're talking about without the fuel to transport raw goods, materials, and people,
Wow.
it's 97%. That's all I want to say.
Yeah,
So
no,
like
that's
when
crazy.
we're talking
it's
about,
it's everything. It's everything.
everything.
It is the economy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy
The
stuff.
economy.
Crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
I didn't know that. That's a crazy statistic to learn about. All right, Uncle Alert. Thank you, Jules. Nate for president 2028. Yeah, no, thank you. I'm not. We're not doing politics. I love you guys.
Hey, listen. I was with Governor Perry of Texas, and we were with a bunch of SEALs doing something, and someone asked him, "Hey, man, what happened when you were running for president?" He said, "Look, man, they know everything." And I was like, so I asked, well, like you got skeletons that big? He said, "Look, man, I wasn't ready to put my family under the type of scrutiny that they were putting my family under."
Dude,
He says, "I just stepped out the race."
That also, talking to Hunter Biden and actually having him explain how his entire life, his entire 20-year digital footprint, every text messages he's ever sent, ever deleted, every voicemail, every picture he's ever taken, every video he's ever taken, all of that was taken and given to the public. Could you guys imagine? Like, and I don't have like crazy criminal demons, but could you guys like? I don't think people can. I don't think really people can really empathize. You know what I mean? When you start to be like, all right, let me think about that. Right? All of you think about that. Your entire life laid bare for the public.
Nate, I don't have to think about the last 4 days. Like my whole life.
Your browser search, everything you've ever searched in your browser history, everything.
Oh my God, that
happened to him though.
I can't run for president.
But I think also it's because of the laptop issue, right? I think that's probably also
no. That's the craziest thing is the laptop wasn't even the laptop. They hacked his entire cloud. So everything you heard was on the laptop was his entire digital life, right? So it wasn't just a laptop.
Poor guy, man. That's crazy.
It was
his
entire digital footprint ever was put forward in the public online.
Wow.
Everything he's ever done with a device is public for you to see.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
I need the world to get a little bit crazier before I can run for president.
Because when I started thinking about that, I was like, dude, I think about like some shit you maybe searched 15 years ago in your browser, in your Pornhub or whatever.
Nate,
right?
yesterday, Nate,
is for the public to see. And not only that, for the public to see, your wife and kids to see.
Jake was in visible pain when you were describing the beginning.
It's Nate, brutal, dude. But let me tie this back to what Jake said with politics is that's not like he is kind of a rare exception there, but like that is what happens to you, right? You want to run for president? Get ready for your entire life to be hacked and laid bare for everyone to see. So,
I need to get more crazy. I need politics. I need AOC to win for president, so then my shit don't look half as bad. But I've already told y'all. You know what I'm going to say when I'm up at the podium and they say, "Mr. Swig, we just learned about this with a hammer and a 300-pound black lady in San Diego. Can you elaborate?" Oh, excuse me. That one's not even on the radar.
This is a cool comment by Eric here, because I talked to Hunter about this. I was like, but on the back end of that, it is kind of crazy freeing, right?
Wait, what did he say? What was the comment?
He said there's no shame after that.
After your
entire life and everything you've ever done is laid bare to the public. You can't be exposed for anything.
No, he's still standing. He's got his armor on now. Now he's got his armor. He's like, okay, everybody knows everything. So what?
If you can make it through, but I mean, God,
if you can make it through,
I don't envy.
Yeah, but I want to say too, though, I really think that in the next 5 years, AI is going to change so much. And when quantum gets online, I just think I just think so much encryption is going to be broken, and it's not just going to be power brokers able to do this. It's going to be like, okay, watch this. Anonymous is just going to rip through, or you and me if we have the right agents built. Or some living, not breathing, but AI organism.
You're just exposed to everyone for everything.
That's it. Yeah.
There will be no more secrets.
It's you have detente then. You have detente. You're like, we'll go nuclear option. You want nuclear option? Watch, I'll push my robot. I'll do it right now.
Right.
And I would argue that with a normal person, it might make you more valuable, right? It might make you more, because I mean, shit, let's be honest. Everybody searched some crazy ass shit.
Of course.
the
We're
dude-
like, everybody's got shit that they don't want. Even if it's not criminal or creepy, like we all got stuff we're like, I'd prefer the world doesn't know
For
this
sure.
about me,
What,
right?
yeah.
We're all human beings, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just think, I don't know. I said, Pappas Wake 2020, the no sugar party. That we're talking about Bobby right there. We're going to do
would
it.
be a good one. Yeah. I say, I'm not running for office, but I'll work in your guys' cabinet.
That sounds
I'll work
great.
in your cabinet.
Hey, I'm gonna put you in charge of VA problems. Go crush the VA.
Ooh, yeah, I could do a good job.
You'll
with
be
that.
like the new Elon. You'll go in like the new Doge. You'll be cleaning house.
I think I could do pretty good with that one, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for the gems. Only America can be $40 trillion in debt and have nothing to show for it. No bullet trains, no modern infrastructure, no universal health care, college, trade school, no universal health care. But hey, brother, you know what we got to show for it? Your profile picture. That's what we spend it on.
Yeah, man.
That's
That's
what
a
we
good
spend
profile
it on.
picture too.
But my point is, all of us, right? We spend it on this.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're
Foreign
not
wars.
lying. You're not
Right.
lying.
Fun fact, what side of the Strait of Hormuz are the ports the U.S. Navy resupplies the fleet at? Oh, right, on Iran's side. Yeah, well, there's none of that.
That's
Stacy, thank you so much. Stacy, you've been dropping these on every live stream. Thank you so much. You're so generous. We appreciate you. Also, make sure you guys thank Stacy for the members. Also, guys, we're going to start doing, sorry, this is my shout out to my chat, members only live streams. Everybody's been requesting me to do it. I know a lot of the other people do it. I haven't been doing it, but we're going to start. I promise we're going to start. Do you guys do those members live streams yet?
I just have a lot of members videos, but not
I don't
yet.
know if even know if I have any members. I'm going to look right now.
I'm sure you do. You probably just don't realize it. Thank you, Fort P. We got some jewels. JP says, I view our greatest ally the same way I view Iran. I don't like their government, but I respect their people. I think this is fair, for sure fair. Hell, I could say the same thing about the U.S. Yeah, I like this idea of like, hey, foreign nations and our own governments is not necessarily representative of the people there. You know?
I mean, I think the thing is too fair to say because the elites usually run the countries, and so they have a different calculus. You want, especially in our country, we want to know that they're working for the people because they get elected by us. That's how it's supposed to work. But in a lot of places, the elites aren't elected by them, and so I mean, to your point, the people there are.
Here's the other thing. I actually don't judge Netanyahu or Israel's government for their actions in raping our country because he is enacting in the best interest of his own people and his country. I'm pissed at my own government for allowing that to happen to us, right? So I don't actually judge, or Putin. Putin's going to, whatever decisions he's making that's in the best interest of Russia or
For
Zelensky in Ukraine. You can't judge countries that are doing in the best interest of their own people, but I don't want us being taken advantage of by these foreign countries, right? So I think we should be holding our own government politicians at a far higher standard than worrying so much. And again, I'm critical of Bibi also myself, but it's like he's doing what he thinks best for his own country. You know what I mean? I would just wish our politicians weren't letting us get fucking raped by these foreign countries, I guess. Does that make sense? I think that's kind of fair.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I hear what you're saying.
Maybe I'm crazy with that.
No,
Nate,
You're talking about interest, national
I
interest.
got 26 members.
No,
26.
there you go.
I didn't even. I'm gonna have to.
You got more than you thought.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start working on that.
Well, you got 5 more from Ruby right here.
Thank you, Ruby. I appreciate it. We're gonna start
5
working
more
on the
from
membership
Ruby.
crew.
Thank you, Ruby. That's you're a
Very
great
cool,
supporter
Ruby.
of all of us. Some gold coins here. Does anyone on the panel think drone swarms will play a part of possible future conflict with Russia and China over the Arctic? Over the Arctic? I don't know. I feel like the Arctic is more of a Jake's Wake topic than.
Yeah, I think the biggest.
I don't know much about it. I know there's a lot of sketchy shit going on. In the
I think
Arctic.
The submarines rule the Arctic.
Yeah,
But
Well, I
now
think
we've got autonomous underwater drones. So
all this stuff, and I think the significance of the Arctic, everything Jake's saying, I agree with. I think the significance of the Arctic is just the distance, right? It allows distance. You cut the travel time in half for maritime traffic, which forms a lot of the international flow of trade and goods and oil and everything. But then also Russia's got like a bunch of bases right at its northern edge. And the northern edge for the US really is Canada. And so that's the competition there. So I think Russia and China together may be competing with the US. And as Jake's saying, underwater drones, things like that could be. That's the way we're going. Drones is the way it's going.
And I'm going to argue, if you think drones aren't going to play a major part of any conflict in the future,
oh yeah, that's the future.
You clearly have lost your mind.
Yeah, that is that's the immediate future for sure.
Yeah.
People are asking me, please, Mr. President, we're in too much. Can't take you more. Yep. Thank you. Ryan, the guy says it's quite the presumption to think that the people in Africa are wanting a bunch of people from the United States to move there. This is actually also true that
they hate Americans. They hate Black Americans.
We watch.
They hate Black Americans in Africa.
Jake's not wrong. Jake's not wrong. There's an entire documentary on this. It's called The Lost Boys. We actually watched it in the Special Forces qualification course, understand cultural dynamics and different things. And it was a real thing. It was a story about a tribe. I don't remember where in Africa, war torn. And basically an enemy tribe had come in and slaughtered all the adults. And there was like 40 or 50. I mean, Jake, you might know the story, 40 or 50 boys. And they actually came as refugees to the United States. And they moved into, of course, somewhere in the inner city, right? Like destitute inner city. And it tracked them. And that was their whole thing. What Jake said is they fucking hated African Americans, right? And they ended up moving back. And it's just like this weird dichotomy of not like totally, but like Native Africans and American Africans. And that's also the same way around the world, to think that like a lot of these countries want Americans moving there. They also don't, right? They don't fucking want us there either. So it's but yeah, there's an entire documentary on exactly what Jake's talking about. It's very, very interesting. I think it's called The Lost Boys. You guys could look it up.
That sounds
it's actually
good. Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Super interesting.
The only way to repent to Iran is to announce, okay, can't say that one out loud, but thank you. Grand Bear, $10, no comment. Appreciate you, brother. Continued support. Jank says, city culture is completely diverged from broader American culture, in my opinion. The very moment you get out of metropolitan areas, people are unbelievably helpful and friendly. I've lived all over the United States. I think this is sometimes true, sometimes not true. I think it depends on like areas in the United States. I don't know. Is Texas seems I don't think Texas seems as friendly. So for me, I felt like Georgia, like North Carolina, Georgia was like way friendlier. Just like the normal culture. Then like the Northwest is not very friendly. It's not, it's a good place to live, but like, I don't know. What do you guys think? California, Ben, how's California?
California is chill. California is really chill. I mean,
I feel like California is kind of friendly, right?
Yeah,
like,
very friendly. I think like, obviously if you're in the wrong area, you're going to look at you like, but there's still, I think SoCal is pretty chill overall. NorCal too. You go up to like all the way up to San Francisco, Monterey, all that. I think it's all pretty chill overall. The culture definitely is like that. Obviously, you have your pockets where you got to be careful. But
I feel like the Northeast is the least friendly. Like New York and shit is like when I've been through like New York, people were just like not friendly. I felt like, but maybe
I will
on the surface, they're very tough on the surface. Yeah,
maybe just visiting.
No. I will tell you, I've lived all over the country. New Hampshire was the worst place we lived.
Okay,
grumpy, and then the favorite saying up there is, "I can't wait for the summer. It's only 6 weeks long." Okay,
right, yeah.
But I will say this: the Midwest. Like, and I'm gonna throw race in there, okay? Because I fucking black. The Midwest from Ohio to Indiana to Illinois, where I lived, in the outside of the city was rough. It was rough. Friendly people, but I will say this, man. Where I'm at in San Antonio, because we're in Mexico, they're just not a friendly group of people, man. Like, really? You can say hi to people and they won't talk to you.
Interesting.
Like, they'll look at you. I try to force everybody to say hi. It's kind of my new thing. Like, just force you to say hi. I'll say hi to you 3 times. Hey, how you doing? And I'll get louder. Hey, and they'll be like, and they'll walk right by you. Yeah. So
that's interesting.
And that's not a race thing because the black people do the same thing to you down here. Everybody's fucking grumpy and don't like people. Anyway.
Maybe because it's so hot and humid.
That might be it
Everybody's in a
too.
bad mood. In California, it's so nice. Everybody's just like chilling. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Something to do
All
with
right, Bobby says empires fall from a single event, not from a single event, but from a gradual buildup of internal decay and external pressures, military strain, economic inequality, corruption, political infighting, young, familiar, wake up people. I mean, that's the fall of Rome, basically, is all of those things put together.
Yeah.
You know what I
A lot
mean?
of people say we're already there.
Oh, I think we're on the decline. I don't think there's really any argument for America is on its rise to an empire. Now, how long can we hold that Rome status? We're in the Rome status. I think a lot of people, I don't know how you guys feel, are already saying like America's already fallen. No,
I don't
America's
think so.
still the empire.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do think we are on the slow decline at the moment. So
I mean,
I
that's
don't know if you can reverse it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think what you just said was spot on. I think we talked about before Ray Dalio with his book Principles, the other one about the rise and fall of empires. He talks empirically, he gives data behind why he thinks what he thinks. And so he argues the same thing. And again, it could be a couple hundred years. We don't know, but it's
right.
So
could be 500 years from now.
Right. Yeah. We're still waiting. They're still going.
Let's hope so. I hope it's not 5 years from now.
Right.
Let's just, know.
Yeah.
JP says, as a United States Air Force vet who has deployed to Qatar, Saudi, Oman, and UAE several times, we had bunkers because Iran was always a threat. Iran never attacked until we attacked them first. Objectively true. Well, state-sponsored leveled, right?
Yeah.
When you're talking
because they've been launching missiles at us in the Red Sea for 30 years.
But yeah, actual attacking military bases, yeah, that's actually fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's you fuck around and find out.
that helps though. The on the ground little comment like that, his perspective. I mean, that's real. That's really useful.
Thank you, Andy, for the jewels. You got a good looking setup there with your night vision. Corey with some GOAT trophies. I wish StreamYard needs to get updated to show us what these emojis are. You know what I mean? We got some jewels here. Thank you. Some jewels here. Some jewels here. Thank you, guys. We finally turned them on. Bobby says, remember when all the media said we were done when the debt hit 21 trillion? Where are those folks now? I pray for my grandchildren. But we need to come together to help them now. We need to stop this. Yeah. I think here's the thing. Now, the debt crisis is super fucked. However, you have to also, there's always more context to this, and you guys know this. You have to look at debt as a ratio to GDP to really get a good understanding of it. So my point with this is, let's say debt was $40 trillion, but our GDP per year was $500 trillion. Okay, well, now all of a sudden that $40 trillion debt is nothing. We could just throw cash at that and be done. However, if your debt is $40 trillion and your GDP is only $30 trillion, think about it for yourself, for your own, if you got $100,000 in debt, but you're only making $50,000 a year, ooh, that's not good. So the United States currently, I think we're at, what is it, the exact number? Maybe around like 120%, Jake. Is that what you had
about
talked
that.
about earlier?
About that.
Japan,
we're doing,
Japan is like 220, 240%, guys. So some of these other countries, and again, I'm not defending this. I'm just saying we aren't necessarily on like the meteoric collapse levels yet as a ratio. We are headed there though. We are on an unsustainable path. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You guys. Anyway. It's just one of those things we got to remember. But Jules, thank you. Jules, thank you. Evening, gentlemen. Always a good show. And Nate, excellent interview today. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, brother. Keep bridging the gap. I think that's what we got to do. We should be able to talk to people, man. We're losing that. We're losing that.
No doubt.
Inclusive.
I mean, even us on this panel, the three of us disagree on a lot of shit, but we can still sit here and have a very friendly conversation. You know what I mean? And
yeah, for sure.
That
matters. Matters a lot. That's one thing we got to keep able to talk to each other and have dialogue. It matters so much.
James says, I'm 40 living in, where's VT?
Vermont.
Vermont. That's right. My entire life. No way to afford a home here. My state is a playground for the wealthy and their second and third homes. Locals are getting priced out. Property tax just increased almost 12%.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
12%.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, God forbid you could afford the house. You can't even afford to pay the taxes on it.
Wow.
Hey,
God damn
listen,
it.
I'm gonna say this. My neighborhood, people are moving out of my neighborhood right now because they can't pay the $36,000 tax bill.
It's so crazy in Texas, dude.
$36,000 a year in taxes, $3,000 a month
In property tax.
property tax.
What was this thing they were talking about? Abolishing property tax in Texas? Weren't they talking about
that's
that?
Florida.
Texas and Florida. Texas is talking about it too. Texas and Florida are both talking about. I think if Florida does it, Texas will do it right behind. But I'll tell you this: if they abolish property tax in Texas, I get rich overnight.
Yeah, that's
crazy. I get rich because I got 6 houses.
What
and
the fuck, dude?
like I'm fucking rich overnight.
That's got to stop. I mean, and also I think that's so terrible because what it does to the older demographic that, let's say, owned that house, they paid it off 20, 30 years ago, excuse me, and they're on a fixed income for retirement. Inflation is spiking out of control, but now property tax continues to go up, and that fixed income from their retirement 20 years ago, all of a sudden they can't even fucking afford to live in their home that they bought and paid off 30 years ago because the government, you got to pay $40,000 a year in taxes.
Yeah.
Retired FBI agent just left. He said, I can't afford to live here anymore.
It's crazy.
House paid off. Been in the same house for like 20 years.
But you as a veteran have some benefits there, right? Taxes, right?
That's how I'm living in the motherfucking house.
If you're a disabled veteran in Texas, yeah. So 100% disabled veteran in Texas, you don't pay property tax. So
you don't pay property tax. Now, here's the crazy thing. Used to be on 3 properties. And then they moved it to just one. You used to get 100% on the first one.
Oh, just your primary residence now?
Yeah, 70% on the second one and then 50% on the third one, but they did away with the other 2. So
yeah, I think
Vegas that's fair. I think that's fair.
Vegas got really low taxes all the way around, right? It's like Nevada. Yeah.
Nevada does. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bobby says the government has stolen our gold once before. What will stop them if they want it again? I don't know if we have any. Right? In Fort Knox, weren't we supposed to find out what was supposed to be in Fort Knox? Wasn't that another promise?
It's not there.
There's an alien there. There's an alien.
There's an alien. Yeah. There's no gold, but
they removed the gold. Like, put the alien in there. They'll be excited. Yeah.
We need World War II flak artillery back for drone swarms. Have you guys seen the new the new giant microwave panel that they have?
Yeah.
It shoots a burst of microwaves and it basically just drops every drone in like a coned radius. Yeah, it's like the new anti-drone technology that they're working on. It's super wild. Yeah, but the problem with that is now the counter. There's like, this is how you guys know how warfare technology works, right? Like we developed some. Now we have the tiny fiber optic lines that they're connecting to those drones, to that way the microwaves can't actually knock down the signal because now it's a hardline signal.
Right.
So it's just
that's the same in Ukraine. They say all those filaments are, those cables or whatever little filaments are everywhere. But he's not wrong with the flak artillery. That's a simple solution. I mean, you might be able to do something.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it again. 20,000 drones doing an air show in China.
Yeah, those are crazy.
And all I got to do is mobilize them to go to one place. Mm-hmm. And I don't care what your deterrent is, unless you're in their shop that's running the 20,000 drones. Because think about this, Ben. Like you too, Nate. 20,000 turns into 500,000 really quickly. And now you're on a level of warfare that, like, okay, like we're starting to get to ludicrous shit, right? And
I think that the escalation ladder climbs up, because if we can't deal with your drone swarm and you threaten that, well, then we're going to push the oh shit button,
right?
And you'll be glass for a couple of places.
And the other thing is, think about, and this, you just look at Ukraine, what they're doing to Russia, right? Ukraine is striking 2,000 kilometers into Russia now.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's
2,000 kilometers. You just think about, they sent 20,000 drones, 2,000 kilometers. Even if half of them make it, that's 10,000.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Like, you're talking about, like, that's why it's so crazy.
It's a whole different level. It's like modern warfare is. We're like in the transition of it currently. We're watching it take place. Where's it going to end?
It's like the First World War when airplanes showed up on the battlefield.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Shit changed real quickly because you look at in the 20 years before World War II, and World War II was all air power.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
The more I listen to Zweig, the more I love him. Well, yeah, that's the way that works.
I got somebody. Woo-hoo! Hearts and
Silver-
minds, baby. Hearts and minds.
Silver did nothing for several years and then won a huge run like 2 years ago. Yeah, the last year or two.
You
precious
sold
metals
before
have
the
been
bar
on
would have gone up.
Listen. We've ascertained why my math did not work.
We did it.
The knife is still in my thigh right now.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
Keep twisting
all right.
it in my leg.
USMC 12-20. Long live the infantry. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Got some jewels from the Miss Cherries. Thank you so much. Jules. Thank you guys. Jules. All right. Valhalla endorsed AOC for president. I did. I don't remember giving that gleaming endorsement to AOC, but okay, there we go. I find out new things about myself every day. That's not what I said. I said I have been calling for months that AOC is going to win the Democrat primary. That does not mean I am endorsing her. That is my prediction.
Ooh, that's your prediction, Nate?
That was my prediction 6 months ago, and she is now currently the front runner in the Democratic Party.
Okay, hang on. Let's talk about this because
That
I
doesn't
have
mean
said,
guys. A prediction is not an endorsement. So fucking.
it's okay,
relax,
Nate.
first
It's
of
okay.
all.
I'm with you. But here's my.
But I do think she's going to be the Democrat primary winner. Yeah.
Here's my question to you. I have been saying the Republicans cannot win the next election.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think they can win. I just don't like. It's only getting worse and it's getting scarier. Okay, so you're telling me by whatever the properties is, A plus B equals C, that AOC is going to be the next president.
I'm thinking about putting I'm thinking about putting a $10,000 poly market bet down on probably within the next month or two on AOC winning the presidency in 2028 because it's going to pay out like 50-1. But I think I am very, very confident AOC is going to win the next president.
I am with you on that, Nate.
I really
but if she wins, I'm telling you right now, I'm running.
I think she's the front runner.
I'm running in 2032, bro. I'm running because I'll beat her ass in 2032.
That doesn't. I'm not saying that
4
I'm
years
happy
of
about
her
that.
in
I'm
charge.
not saying that I'm endorsing that. I am saying me looking at everything. And there's a lot of different reasons for this. I'm not just going like AOC. It's because I'm watching also. Jake's to your point, it's getting way worse for Republicans. I don't see a Republican winning. I see AOC also. She's popular. Democratic socialism is really big in the Democratic Party. All of those candidates are starching everybody in the Democratic Party right now. And I see her being the one that's potentially going to, as an Obama-esque young figure coming off of 2 80-year-old geriatrics, right? I do see the potential for her to actually win. I do, depending on how things shake out. I mean, again, what's that going to mean for us? I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter, Jay. It doesn't matter.
I know, but she's apparently dumb.
I don't think
get her on the show. We can debate her. Get her on the show. Put her in the
speaks well.
Put her in the gauntlet. Put her in here.
6 months ago, AOC was like a 1%, right? She is now the front runner in the Democratic Party. She is behind JD Vance. That's it. In all, she's ahead of Marco Rubio. She's ahead of everybody other than JD. So she went from a basically 0% chance in 6 months to being right on JD Vance's heels as the favorite right now. And if you think that she's doing this, and if you think for some reason that's just going to go, I mean, it might because we don't know with politics. But
right.
Again, I think she is the most likely but here's the thing with politics. You never know who's going to throw their hat in the ring, right?
Yeah.
This is just what we know now.
Yeah,
when all of a sudden a Thomas Massey is like, I'm running, and then all of a sudden the whole nation goes.
And it's usually something like that too. They don't announce until not right before, but maybe a year out.
Yeah.
So.
But I think currently with the people who have basically said that they've made it clear, I think she's the front runner. To Jake's point, a lot of that's because one, I don't see a Republican doing it. And 2, there's no other Democrat.
You could probably get on. You could probably get
What
on
other-
the show.
what-
You
hang
could
on,
probably
What
get
other
on
what
there.
other Democrat right now is more popular than AOC?
I'm gonna give
Gavin
you West.
Newsom is burned into the abyss.
He's done.
He's
I think.
he's
I
done. I don't
think.
know.
I
I don't
think
know.
the dark horse, in my opinion, is the governor out of Maryland.
John
West
Ossoff
Point.
is a huge one too. That's a potential here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think Westmore in Maryland.
Westmore and
is-
John Ossoff, I think, are the 2 dark horses. Jake, to your point.
Man.
But
I tried
anyway,
to find the
who
I
knows?
tried to find the poly market on AOC. There's a whole bunch of them. I couldn't figure it out.
They're all over the place. Yeah. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. Again, not to say that's not my choice. I'm just saying.
I'm with you, Nate.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
the Republicans have made it so whoever they run is going to win.
If I
Like-
bet on something, I'm not betting on them because I think like a UFC fight, right? I'm probably not betting on you because you're my favorite fighter. I'm going to bet on who I think is going to fucking win. You know what I mean? When it comes to actually betting money. So, but anyway, we'll see. Everything, you never know with politics. Everything's so crazy. But I think she's going to be the front runner for a while. Thank you, Stacy. Some jewels. Graham Bear, thank you. LFG, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, Stacy, for the jewels. All right, here's the jewels. This is the way to do it, I guess. We turn the jewels on. The country was founded by no taxation without representation. England was imposing taxing on the colonies, 100%. And now look at us. We went from overthrowing a government over, what was it, 2% tax on tea to accepting a 40% income tax on the highest tax bracket.
It's insane.
We kind of suck when you think about our forefathers, right? If like our forefathers were showed up and they're like, "Hey, what's taxes look like right now, guys?" And we're like, "Oh, they take like 30% of our money." our founding fathers would be like, "You what?"
Yeah, you're not lying. You're not lying.
Valhalla AOC. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's my
Now
big
it
leaning
starts. It
endorsement.
starts now.
Yeah. Billionaires will not move to different states if we tax them. If they were so concerned about being taxed, they wouldn't live in California, New York, or the United States. This is an interesting one. California, Ben, have you seen that in California? I know
Yeah.
New York. So New York with Mamdani, they claimed
happened
all the
in New
billionaires were
York.
going to leave. Turns out
Yeah.
none of them left because they like living in New York City. Have you seen that in California? Have you actually seen an exodus?
Yeah, actually, like I don't have any data on it right now or documentation in front of me, but I have heard the same thing that they threatened to this big wealth tax, and then all of a sudden, a bunch of big ballers just pulled out and they moved to Florida, and then they're wondering why businesses have moved, why these leaders have moved, why all these things. So yeah, I've heard something similar. I actually thought it did happen in New York City, but turns out you probably have the word on that. I thought
not on mass scale. Like
Okay.
so, remember like when Donnie was going to win, they were like the entire
Right.
state's an exodus, and it's
right.
it turns out that like
10
wealthy
10
people
left.
they like living in New York
Yeah,
City,
they love
right?
it.
It turns
It's
out you know what I
crazy.
mean. It's kind of
Yeah.
like Orange County, right? Like people are like, yeah, you know what, Even
Right. A little
though-
more, pay a
I'm
little
not-
more. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm not super happy about the
Right.
mayor, but it's awesome to live here. So
Right,
I'm
right,
gonna
right,
bitch
right.
about it, but I'm not actually gonna
Yeah.
leave.
I think
But,
a lot
I
of them,
do know California in general obviously did have a huge exodus to like Texas and Idaho, even
Yes.
up Oregon. We've had a big influx. But
I think a lot of them kept they keep a presence, but they may have moved their state of residency. So I don't think it was huge, like you said.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet there's a lot of that, Ben. I bet there's a lot of like buying homes in
Right.
Florida from New York
That's
residents
right.
and that
That's
are
right.
like that are like, I live in Florida now, but they
Yeah,
keep
like
their
Grant
homes in-
Cardone. Grant Cardone,
Right.
he's like, I'm going to Miami, screw this, and he still owns like a $100 million mansion
Right,
in Malibu
right.
on the beach.
Yeah, but it's
I'm sure there's a
condemned,
lot of that.
Ben. His mansion got condemned.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, because
I've been all over there. I think one of his houses was the only one that survived the
So
fire in his stretch.
his was the only house to survive the fire. but
Really?
You got to see it. It's horrible, man. Palisades
the
in
new-
Malibu. It was bad for a long time. You
Yeah.
couldn't drive on Pacific Coast Highway. You couldn't go in the Palisades. Like they would turn you
Still-
around,
Wow.
and like you go there now, it's literally like
still destroyed, isn't it?
Hiroshima. It's like a nuclear bomb went off. It is nuts. Burned to the
So
ground.
Man.
So
Yeah.
with Grant Cardone, they won't. So his house got minimal damage, they won't let him repair it unless he brings his house up to code, and that means he has to raise his house 2 feet.
I heard that,
dude.
And so
I heard
a $58 million or $60 million house, but he can't use it because it's condemned.
And it's going to cost him more than the house is worth.
It's going to cost they basically.
That's sad.
But it's California politics, right? Like
that's it. No, you're right. You're right.
They got the Water Commission Act, and because their property touches the water, they have to do a 3-year feasibility study before they can do anything on the piece of property.
No, it's insane. That it's people like really lost so much in those fires. It was insane, man.
That sucks.
Yeah.
3 perspectives. How does this war finally come to an end? How I'd like it to come to end, and how it's going to come to an end.
Yeah,
dude, I don't know. How does it come to an end? I do think it's going to be. I think the United States just gives up and leaves. That's going to be mine. And
so
maybe we declare victory, right?
Like an Afghan.
That's right.
Afghanistan, like just pull the plug and everybody flee.
But I think to Nate's point.
I mean, I don't know. That's just my guess.
Yeah, and to your point, though, I think that it would be some massive narrative of declaring victory. We changed our minds and we changed, our objectives, and that's good enough what we did, and then we'll pound them into oblivion economically, and then So I mean, and honestly, if we do it the way of total decisive victory, which is ground campaign, that we don't want that either. We don't want that. So this is a tough spot, but you got to make decisions based on interests. So.
Yep. It's interesting because, in America, everything changes every 2 years. And so you have a completely different president and a completely different controlled Congress in 2 years, and they could very easily go, we're fucking done. See ya. Or the opposite of that, right? Marco Rubio wins, and we're like, nope, we're continuing this war for another 20 years. Like
I don't think, but it goes back to the original point, Nate. I don't think the Republicans can win no matter who they put up. They can put Jesus Christ up there. I don't think he's going to win.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, but again, 2 years in America is a long ways away in politics.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It is.
A lot could change in 2 years. So we'll see. I've seen Jake yank the shit out of his nose on live TV. I'm going Navy for the most aggressive officer. I'm just biased, of course.
There you go, Bobby.
It's just so the reason why I said it's not Green Berets is our officers are the lowest ranking guy on the team typically, right? So he's fresh out of the Q course and he's getting to the team. He's the team leader, but the team sergeant and all the senior E7s have got like 5 to 10 years team time. So when he shows up, I've seen it where he thinks he's going to show up and like bulldog the fucking team sergeant who's got 15 years team time, and you're like,
this is not smart,
sir. This is not how this works. Right. Now we do like aggressive officers, right? But you're not going to come in there and
I think
the big dog, right? So.
I totally agree 100%. And it's foolish to do that. If you're someone going into that, open your ears and listen. But I think in terms of aggressiveness, like when it's time to be aggressive, there
on the battlefield, I've had some very good aggressive officers, right, that are facilitating that. So,
but if you're like a jackass aggressive, you're gonna get fired.
Yeah, no. You're gonna get
all the team sergeant has to do is go to the battalion commander and be like, "Hey, how's it going, Smith?" And the team sergeant, who he's known for a long time, was decorated combat heroes. He's like, "Going okay? What do you mean it's okay?" The new guy, he's kind of a jackass.
I have seen team leaders get dressed down like privates by team sergeant
for sure,
like outside behind, like, hey sir, I need to talk to you outside, and like a fucking private, so you're like,
it's probably the best thing that ever happened to him,
right? The team sergeant with 5 combat deployments and 15 years team time, like he might not be the guy that you want to talk down to when you're fresh out of the Q course.
And the thing is too is that's the same guy that when you have to make a hard decision is going to have your back, but that also the team sergeant's job is to help to mentor and train up this young officer.
Yes, 100%,
man.
Yep, that is his job. Yep. Jules, thank you. Loving the collabs. Thank you for your service. Mr. Zweig is hilarious. Great job on the Biden interview, Nate. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
And yes, he is. Mad props to the big guy on the Hunter Biden interview. That was killer. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. It was a very fun one to do. Trump is 6'6", 185 pounds, and he outbenches all of you. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not?
I think he's 6'3".
Hey.
I think he's 6'3". He's a big guy.
Not. He's not. He's about 5 foot. He's about 5'11".
Seriously?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have any shoulders, so I can't even.
Yeah,
touch
Trump's about 5'11".
Hmm.
I know people hate hearing that, but yeah, there's 100 different references of people who are 6'3" standing next to Trump, and he is about 4 or 5 inches shorter than them.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's one of his things, right? He's 6'3", 225. That's
right.
That's
Maybe he shrunk. He's 80. Maybe he shrunk.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he did probably lose, a couple inches off his height, but no, he was probably. I bet he was probably 6'1" in his normal prime, and
that makes sense.
He's. If you're someone like Trump, you inflate your
right
your height and things like that. But nah, he's not that tall.
Interesting.
His son is though. His son, well, two of his sons are.
Like
Eric
6'8",
is,
right?
Yeah, Eric Trump's like 6'5", and I think Barron's like 6'8". So
their mom's 5'11".
Yeah, so the Don Jr. I think is about his height, but the two other sons are definitely crazy tall.
Or Melania's like 5'11", right? She's tall.
Yeah, she's super tall too. She's the same height as him, by the way. If you ever see them walking next to each other.
Right. So, interesting.
The majority of the U.S. debt is owned by the public, not foreign countries. Well, and the central banking system.
China owns a whole bunch of it, like 30%. Because China could bankrupt us by
that high, but China.
Find out.
I think as a foreign entity, China owns the the most debt, but most of it's through the Federal Reserve and the central banking system. That's who we borrow the money from. We don't buy it from. We don't borrow it from poor countries. We borrow it from the fucking Fed, dude. That's one of the other problems too.
2% of our debt. They own 2%.
2%.
I was wrong.
Majority of that's through the Federal Reserve, central banking. Which, to my point, is kind of like, hey, we could do it. You know that guy in Germany in the 1930s. You know what he did? He went, hey, by the way, all that debt we fucking owe you, central bankers. We're not paying you any of it. And you're fucking gone. So
that stuff happened. Appropriation. They just nationalize it. Nationalize everything.
He just literally said, we don't owe you anything. The banks are ours. Bye. So we saw that didn't necessarily work out in the long run, but there is potentially,
I used to live in the Philippines, man. And I was in the Philippines, and this German German engineering firm built them a brand new international airport. And I remember when I was there, all of a sudden the Philippine government just said, thank you so much. They nationalized it. Erased the debt. They owed them like billions for like a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the government of Germany's like, what are you doing to our company? It's like, no, it was very nice of you. Thank you so much. See you later. Yeah, it's all gone. The debt's gone.
Which we could do, but it's like, but also the people who, the oligarchy, elite Epstein apparatus class are the ones that own all of that debt. And so it's like,
they're like, no.
But if you ever had a strong-willed leader, that decided he was going to make some of those decisions. Thank you, Stacy, so much. A goat trophy. I don't know what the goat trophy is. We've got a few of those tonight, but appreciate it.
It looks like
jewels.
The goat shows up.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, actually, and if you're your phone running, it'll pop up. On your phone.
I'm gonna have to start watching it on my phone.
Yeah.
Dow does not help the average check-to-check family. True. That's the K-shaped economy we talked about earlier. Jake, could you look up your kind of stats guy for us tonight?
Yeah.
What percentage of the stock market is owned by, I forget what it is, or what percent of Americans own stocks or own the equities? Because I'm pretty sure it's like the top 10% of Americans own like 99%
it's like an 80-20.
of equities.
It's like an 80-20 for the K-shape.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know the exact numbers, but I don't know how to look that up. But you know what I mean? Like the vast majority of stocks and equities are owned by a top percentage of Americans.
Right.
I don't know the exact number on it, but
I'm just going to stock market's wealth, 93% owned by the top 10% of the richest.
There you go. So,
and here's one even worse. The top 1% of America holds approximately 50% of all
right. So there we go.
All money. A valuation of $25 trillion for the top 1% of the country.
That's kind of where I was going with that.
Yeah,
makes sense. Thank you, Ruby, for Senior Nate. Appreciate it. The Turn It Up Jules, thank you. I don't have positive evidence, but Trump probably does think it's his daughter. Oh God. All right. Getting dark.
Hey, that's the dude. Like, we want to see all your tweets and browser history and text history. Run for president so we can see how clean you are, bro.
Thank you, Jennifer. Some more goat trophies from the crane. Thank you, thank you. What do jewels do? I don't know, but everybody turned me.
That's
told
what
me
I'm
I had
asking.
I had to turn them on.
I
turned
found
on.
them.
I think you guys, people can donate, and I think it does like cool stuff in the chat, right? It like does like emotes and stuff. Sorry, guys, I don't know. I just turned it on right beforehand. You guys are obviously.
I think it's some kind of a gift. It's a gift to the channel too.
Yeah. It's kind of like a super chat, but they get
Right.
it. It's like interactive and stuff.
Right.
So. Let's see. I think Jake could do more push-ups than Nate and Ben combined.
Nope.
I bet you couldn't. Not
Nope.
combined. Maybe more than each of us individually, but not
I
combined.
can't do
don't
any
know.
push-ups. Can't do any. So you're winning.
No, I can promise you that none of us here could do more push-ups than either of the other two combined.
I agree with that.
Not combined. Yeah,
I won't
there's
sleep
no
for
way.
2 weeks if I do more than 10 push-ups. Facts.
The GOAT trophy. All right, thank you. What's the war room's thoughts on R or remote devices on medals? Cheers from a career MQ9 guy with a bunch of them. Remote devices. What's
Dude,
a
I
remote
think-
device. Oh, is this like a V or a C device? But it's
but then R is an R because he's doing remote piloted RPAs, right?
drone. Okay, so like some type of award.
Yeah,
like a bronze star with an R.
with an R. Yeah,
I think
So
it's
he
cool. I don't know about this.
I think it's cool too. Hey man, I wouldn't mind doing some part-time in MQ9 flying myself. So get me in the pipeline.
Hey, I'm going to tell y'all, one of the largest groups of PTSD and massive
it's drone
psychological
operators.
problems
Yeah.
was the drone operators early in the
100% true.
war because they
Still
didn't
that
think they didn't think they had any problems. They were flying drones from Nevada, and then they had a big rash of self-harm, and they were like, "Oh my god!" And then they realized they had put a bunch of soft people into a job where they're
Not
watching
you though.
people.
We're not talking about you.
No, I'm just saying, like they did, right? It's the Air Force. They put a bunch of fucking high.
No, that's a real
IQ.
thing. They were,
Yeah.
to Jake's point, they put a bunch of young kids that are basically video gamers that are
Yeah.
unaliving mass amounts of people, and
and,
Right.
watching it in IR in 4K.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
and
Like, yeah.
causing a lot of issues, which makes sense.
Yep.
Jules, thank you. Nate, great interview with Hunter. I deployed with Bo in 2008. He was a great guy and still
Awesome.
miss to this day. That's very
Wow.
cool. Always had
Very
a
cool,
smile. I didn't realize how tragic Joe's life has been. I didn't realize he lost his son, his daughter, and his wife.
It's insane.
And Hunter is the
That's insane.
last remaining child.
That's
Which,
insane.
What?
It's like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, his son
I
was.
think he
I
lost-
think his son was like a Bronze Star of Valor, kind of a little bit of
Yeah,
a war
but
hero
he
with
died
Marine
from
Corps.
cancer, I believe. And then I believe his daughter, it was a daughter and wife died in a car accident.
Oh
early.
my god.
I didn't know these things, right? So
Wow.
learned a lot from that, which is just like, rough stuff. Stay hydrated with the jewels. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, we all over here drinking. Everybody got a drink. I'd like to show everybody my awesome cup. I made it because I keep losing.
We're staying real hydrated.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got the Gator lights. And
Nice.
water. We're doubling up tonight. Bobby says if we removed oil from the economy, we'd all be naked, maybe riding horseback, making clothes out of hemp, and living off the land. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that might.
Oh, we talked about that. 97% of everything is oil.
Exactly.
Jules, thank you, Bobby. Jules, for the fortune cookie. Thank you. I think watching you guys has doubled my testosterone levels. Well,
Yes.
Woo!
With the wolf symbol.
We're winning.
Love it.
All right, we got Jules from everybody. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome.
Thank you. New member for one of you guys from Stacy. Very cool.
Oh,
Jules. It might be either you or Ben, but that's all right. Oh, well, Stacy gifted Jake 5 Jake's Wag memberships as well, Stacy.
Nice. See,
Thank
now
you.
Jake, you got more. You know, open up the thing. You have more and more.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
got
start-
members
I'm
now,
gonna
Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna start fire it up, bro. I'm gonna fire it up.
Running says, fun fact, 84% of the federal revenue comes from individual taxes. 40% spending of the government is on Medicare, Medicaid, VA health programs that you can't use unless you're jobless, disabled, or retired. Well, I mean, where else would the income come from other than taxes?
Yeah, there's no other sort, but that's what I'm saying. 40, but think about that. 84% comes from individual taxes.
Individuals. Right.
Individual.
That means the government.
That doesn't make any sense
Yeah,
at all
yeah.
because all the
corporations
fucking
aren't-
money's getting made by the
Right.
corporations.
They're not
Right.
paying no taxes. That's what I'm saying.
This is Jake's point that you were saying. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That doesn't make any sense. Now that you see
None.
the numbers.
Zero.
Because the
We got
corporations make 90% of the money.
Thank you. Like it's just common
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
But that's
yeah,
why.
there you
Now,
go.
hang on. But Nate, this is the whole point. That's why 1%, top 1%, has 93% of the
Yeah.
money. Like,
Good point.
like
Yep, you're 100% right. 3 dapper dudes. Thank you. Much love
Appreciate
from
it.
South Dakota.
Thank you.
Some jewels. Thank you. Deployed in UAE in 2020. They launched one towards us. Thought it was a drill until I realized the big voice wasn't saying exercise. 2020.
Interesting.
2020. All right. New member for one of you guys.
All right. Welcome.
Woo-hoo.
Welcome on board. Great.
Bobby says, I wish our politicians could talk the way you do. We have lost the common good ability conversation to political ideology. The problem, Bobby, is that we can say whatever we want. And the worst case scenario is like you guys are like, I unsubscribed. You know, It's- for them, you know, they have to play the game and you got to try to get funding. You got to try to get votes. And I don't know. That's why I don't like politics. It's kind of all of a sham WWE show at this point. So
That's a good point. Good point.
Jules loot box. Also, that's a good looking, I believe, Rottweiler right there. I hope so. That's what we have. We have
Yep.
Rottweilers.
For sure.
Shifty says, fun fact, I work with active duty Marine that came back from Iran. His group was the one that took the first 6 casualties. He told me directly Hegseth was flat out lying about the situation on the ground. Well, yeah, I bet, right? The government's not going to tell you the truth in an active war zone. That's another thing, guys, is like if you think that the government and military is going to tell you the truth about what's happening, they're not going to. I mean, it's just not a thing, right? And they shouldn't most of the time. Also, I think we talk way too much about what we're doing anyway, right? Like, why are we talking about what we're going to do on True Social? You know what I mean? Seems
Yep.
like
Yeah,
we just
for
keep
sure.
our mouth
No, that's
shut.
for sure about that. OPSEC, all those things. I mean, you know, they're active war zone. There's no reason to be projecting, letting people know what we're going to do.
Mhm.
So
Sorry, just tuned in. Hey, did anyone look at footage of Hunter Kozak practicing before being shocked? Before asking Charlie Kirk his final question. Yes. So this is a Charlie Kirk thing. Yes, Hunter Kozak, the last person who asked Charlie Kirk a question, did practice his scared multiple times on camera before Charlie Kirk was shot, which is very, 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 very bizarre. So, thank you. And thank you. Can you please thank me for my service? Oh, this is Andrew Wilson Pickles Sniper. So this is the Stolen Valor guy we were talking about earlier, and somebody's made their own. Thank you for your service, Andrew. We appreciate you, brother. In the Salvation Army, we appreciate your tenure there. For you guys, this is for
hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so
for
much.
Jake or Ben says.
Find you through Nate's channel. Greatly appreciate
got
you
it?
guys. I'm deep in MAGA land and sometimes ostracized. You gave me back my sanity more than I thought possible. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Appreciate the support. And yeah, it's good. It's good to switch up the perspective and take a look at what other people are saying. And you get too deep in, like, you know, in the dogma of any one
Echo
thing.
chamber.
I think, yeah, echo chamber. Then you don't
Mhm.
you don't hear many voices. You don't get to reflect on possibly a new point of view, new perspective that can help you. So thank you.
Yep. All right, we got Jules. Thank
Awesome.
you. Marylander here. Westmore has been bad for our state, just making stuff harder. It's more expensive to tag cards. They're spending money on dumb shit. Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. They don't like him in Maryland.
Bobby says big ballers are doing like Iran. They're just waiting this shit out until the next administration takes place. Not like us, though. Iran did say this. Iran flat out said, I think a week ago, they're like, we're just going to wait till Trump's gone.
Yeah, that's
Now,
it.
if they're
That's
going
it.
to be able to do that or not, I don't know, but we'll see. You know,
Yeah. I mean,
that's
I
how
think
they're
too,
posturing.
if I'm not wrong, I believe that Israel's got elections coming up too, right?
They do.
So yeah,
They're
Yep.
rigged. They're rigged.
you might be
Because
right.
That one's
'cause your
scary
boy-
because the front runner is like 5 times more radical and psychotic than Bibi is. And
But
so
here-
everybody's
That
like,
is
yeah,
scary.
we're going to get rid of Bibi. And then the guy coming in is like, yeah, I'm going to glass parking lot Iran. And you're like, okay, this guy's
Wow,
a psychopath too. So,
Yeah, the
So
devil you know,
Bibi was
man.
supposed to leave 10 years ago.
yeah.
And
But
he
again,
manipulated
I've
everything in
watched
war.
the front runner. I've watched him
Yeah.
speak, and you're like, oh shit, This
Right,
is like,
Hey, let it. Hey,
"Ugh, this looks a little bit worse.
let's move to Texas.
Jake, the same people that told you AOC is dumb told you Hunter it was just a head, not a Yale law graduate. I didn't know
got
that
it.
about Hunter either. Was that he was literally a Yale graduated lawyer with his own fucking law firm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what money does, Nate.
They didn't
I'm just
tell
gonna
us about
say-
that. You know.
Well, I'm just saying you can if you've been any time at a top tier institution in America, it's run by money. Okay, it doesn't have nothing to do with being smart. Okay,
No,
I got
no,
an
that's
idiot-
true. What I'm saying is they told us Hunter Biden was this nepo baby crackhead that never accomplished anything in his life.
Yeah,
and you
yeah, yeah.
actually get his real resume, you're like, holy shit, he's very, very accomplished. Actually,
Right.
I'm gonna say being a Yale grad with a lot of money is a nepo baby. I'm not saying nothing about Hunter. I'm just simply saying like that is the facts. Now, here's what I'm gonna say about AOC. I tell everybody, I don't listen to anybody. I watch people and observe. She's dumb. Just my 2 cents. She's dumb. Okay. And if you think she's not dumb, then I apologize. But that's
I would
your
argue with
sentiment.
I would definitely argue against that. I don't think anybody that can leverage the political career at an age she leveraged it, at the success she's leveraged it, looking at being the potential president, youngest president, and only female president ever. I can't
Yeah.
look at that and go, that's a dumb person. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't believe
Uh,
that. Now, that doesn't mean I support her or I think she's a great candidate. I'm just saying I don't think any dumb person could pull that off.
Was George Bush smart
Was
person?
he? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You talking about
Did
the
he have a
son?
high-
Is it the
Absolutely.
son?
Absolutely. George Bush was incredibly smart. Now, did he have a high verbal IQ? No, not
Right,
necessarily.
exactly. Yeah, no, I think he was pretty damn sharp. And I think when you meet him in person, that goes away too. If he's trying to speak intelligently, some of that's gonna that draw, all this stuff's gonna he hands it up to make himself likable for people. You know?
Calling someone dumb, Jake, I think that's that successful. This is like when you see people call Elon Musk dumb, and I'm just like, I'm
I
sorry.
agree with you. I agree with you. But
I can't look at someone who's had this successful of a life and a track record and go, that's a dumb person.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean if I could hate that person, I could not like anything about their politics, but to say they're an
I
idiot.
guess, yeah.
that's
Why
a
would
tough
you say
sell.
why would you say she's dumb, Jake? Maybe there's a reason he's saying it. I don't know.
Every time that I listen to her and watch what she does, it's manipulative.
That dumb
So
people aren't
she-
manipulative, homie.
No,
Yeah, I
yes,
agree.
they are.
Manipulation is
Listen,
is a tactic
listen,
of intelligence.
listen.
I agree.
Here's
Yeah,
what- okay,
yes.
okay. So we could frame it any way you want to. I'm gonna say this: we don't have to worry about it because if she wins the presidency, we're gonna get about 2.5 years to see what the hell happens. But whatever, like
She
whatever.
might not be competent, but she might not be dumb. You know.
Okay,
There's a lot-
I'll get okay.
Yeah.
Let's say that she's not competent.
yeah, competent as
don't
maybe
think
as a
she's
politician. Maybe you're saying,
I don't
or
think
as
she's
a,
competent to
great
do
politician.
anything.
Maybe as a leader. Maybe you're saying, I don't know. But that's
I don't
why I'm
think
kind of
she's
being
competent
neutral
to
here
do
because I'm like,
anything.
well, maybe
No,
you
you're
have something. Yeah, maybe you have a real reason. And I don't observe her enough to really give you guys. You know me, if I really think something, I'm going to say it. If I don't, I'm going to listen to what you guys say and form my own ideas.
I know some dumb people that
Yeah.
I really like, right? That I know in real life. They're dumb. They're not fucking accomplishing jack shit
right.
because they're fucking dumb.
And I'll,
right?
yeah, and I'll say too. I mean, I don't
Fair
think.
love them
enough.
to death. I
Fair
love
enough,
them to
Nate.
death as
Fair
people, right?
enough.
But
Fair
And
enough.
I'll say this.
they ain't making it to DC.
Like I want to say,
They're not congressmen from New York.
Right.
I will
right.
take that point, Nate. I will take that. Okay.
yeah, but I
Maybe
will say
AOC
too,
is
like
not
we're
dumb.
talking about like some of the top institutions
We've been
in
in
the
the
world.
military. We know some dumb motherfuckers that we love, right?
But we're talking also about some of like the top academic institutions in the world. And yeah, the institutions might let people get in, but I'm going to tell you, some of these professors are such independent thinkers in there. They are not going to just give you the P. They're not going to let you go with the rubric they have. They're going to destroy your ass. Yale or Harvard. I'm just saying, that's my experience and from people I know. So,
Ben, I coach
Jake.
college football. I have three.
At Harvard or Yale.
I have 3 Ivy League dudes: a dude from Harvard,
Yeah,
a
but
dude
I'm-
from Yale, and a dude from Brown.
Yeah.
You know what they told me? That nobody gets B's. I mean, nobody gets C's in any of those schools. My dude at Brown said, you don't have to do any work and you're going to get a B in the class. None.
It's still not Yale, though. You know, I mean, every place is different. So
I wish
Yale
I would have
Law
gone there
School,
for
too. And
fucking
it's not,
my master's.
and that's undergrad. That's undergrad. It's not the law school.
I'm just
So-
saying. Yeah, it is undergrad. It is undergrad. 100%.
And also, yeah, the football team has sway, and they're there for leadership. I mean, they have value.
I'm
but
just saying.
I've heard some
easy.
incredibly smart people just get eviscerated at some of these schools, and they said it's harder than you think. So,
You think it's harder than the Naval Academy?
What's
We're
that?
agreed to
I said it's harder.
disagree.
I said
We're
it's harder than
we're
you
moving
think.
on.
Yeah, I said it's harder than you think.
Agree to disagree on that one. Moving on.
Let's go,
All right.
Nate.
All right. Jules, thank you. Bobby, 10 VFT memberships. Thank you so much, Bobby. Love you for the generosity, brother. Make sure you guys
Now you need to do an interview with Bobby. Bobby lives in here. You need to do an interview with Bobby.
We should. Bobby obviously
Like
knows
we did
a shit ton about the oil industry too. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of good knowledge by Bobby.
Remember when we did the interview with Yasmin? That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, we should probably do something like that. That's not a bad idea. We could look at doing that. Getting some of the regulars on here. We'll talk about that offline. All right, we got Andrew Pickles Wilson again. Sorry, I can't give Jules. Mine are stuck in the pickle jar. So, by the way, guys, the reason why he's called Pickles Wilson is he was on. Have you seen that podcast where they go on and debate the OnlyFans girls, like the guys, the whatever podcast?
Yep.
He was the guy that went on there and he was talking shit to this girl and said she was useless and her vagina was the only thing that's worth anything. And he was like, "You can't even open a fucking pickle jar." They bring a pickle jar out and she can't open it, right? And she goes, "Well, you fucking open it," and hands it to him. Motherfucker can't open it. He's also skinny, fat.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Well, it's greasy. It's greasy now. It's greasy. And he can't get it open. It's like he goes viral because he's like trying to be this masculine badass and he can't open a pickle jar, right? And then he hands it to the dude, the other dude, and he was like, "You try to open it." And the guy grabs it and goes, and you're like, "Oh, okay, whoops." So anyway, that's why they call him Pickles.
I'm going to
couldn't-
watch
Oh gosh, this is where the pickles
right.
comes from. That's
he
hilarious.
couldn't open a pickle jar after he talked a bunch of shit to a girl for not being able to. So thank you, Buff. Appreciate you, brother, with some type of big jewels here. All right. Outsider Time says, when viewers send these gifts, creators earn a separate virtual currency called rubies, which convert to real cash earnings. Okay. Well, I got to figure out if I have to do something with that then.
Cool.
Thank you. Bobby became a membership of both your guys' shows. And
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome.
Jake 5 memberships, and then Stacy dropped Ben.
Awesome.
5
Thank you. Appreciate it.
memberships. And then Bobby donated to one of y'all, says, "I'm going to have to use all out sparkle bullshit. Love your content, though. How do I send folks to your site?" Nate sent me your way. This is for you guys.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Welcome. Appreciate
your
it.
actual.
Appreciate you, Bobby.
That's the last one. So,
Hey,
if
both
you
of us
wanna
are
do,
pretty simple.
Yeah.
Both of us are pretty
final
simple.
shout outs and
It's our names.
That's
all your
it.
stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bobby. I appreciate it. Yeah. Just like Jake said, Ben Pappas, Jake Swag. Come on
Their
over.
channels are in the description of the video. If you guys haven't already subscribed, make sure you guys do subscribe. All right, we made it to the end. 3.5 hours. This one turned
Damn.
long because we wilded it out on the discussions of the super chats.
Yeah, it was great.
We actually were done in about an hour 45, and then
Super chats, man.
Hey,
got big on
I'm gonna
super chats there.
tell everybody, if you guys haven't went and watched this pickle thing, I just watched it.
Yeah.
This
I
is
gotta
They
check
have
fast.
Jake. Don't worry. My audience is
Your audience
well,
has seen it.
We've done exorbitant amount of content on this. So yes,
It might be
everybody
new.
watching
Might be new in Benland.
You're probably like the only 2 people in here that don't know what we're talking about. So, yeah.
Oh my God, he can't
everybody
open
knows.
the pickle jar, bro.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm watching him. He's like, and then he's like, it's greasy. He's trying to wipe his hands off.
He's
I'm
getting
like,
nervous about it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, man. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, I have to
Yeah.
check that out.
That's all you got to
Great.
YouTube right now.
Got it.
It's-
Thanks, man.
So
Yeah, it's been super
All
fun,
right.
guys. Great time.
yeah. So by the way, guys, okay, we got to announce this. All right. So we have to talk about when we're gonna do this. Thursdays might not work for me after all. But guys, Fridays, we're gonna have to move the show because it is varsity football season. And I've got my kids' games every Friday. So we are
Nice.
going to continue
Enjoy
the weekly
that.
show, but we're going to have to adjust the timing of the show sometime in the week. We might do a weekend. We'll figure it out together, guys, and then we'll put it out so everybody knows. All right. So we gotta come together. We gotta refigure out a time, but again, I can't because we got varsity football on Fridays, and that starts. But that'll just be for the season, so the 10 games, and then we can move it back. So be on the lookout for that. Anything else, guys? You want to do your shout outs, where they can find you, what you guys want to, your coaching or anything like that, and then we'll jump out of here. Anything?
Hit it, Jake.
man.
Ben?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Come on over, Ben Pappas, my channel. I'm trying to grow it, get up with these guys right here, and you'll see everything else from there. I got all kinds of other stuff going on, but I'm live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it might be another day now too, so probably a couple more days a week. But thank you. It's always fun with you guys. Been a great time.
Thank
Okay.
you all, man. 1000%, man. Appreciate everybody.
And then for me, guys, Sunday we'll be live with Heavy Duty Country somewhere around like 3 or 4 Pacific. So that's the next one we got coming up. All right, so that's going to do it. Thank you, guys. We are logging out, and I'll talk to the boys here in just a second. All right, good night.
See you, everybody.
All right, let's see.